Alrighty. Hey, y'all. Hey. Okay, so welcome back to my channel. I'm IntuitiveMom. Alexis. All right. Robbie, whatever you want to call me. What is that? I don't know. Okay, so couple things. I feel really good today. All right. I'm feeling really good about the energy that I'm getting ready to channel, right? I'm feeling very positive about it. I was going to do the Durga lessons today, but I'm actually going to wait into the weekend because um, all day today we've been pretty much getting things together. I've been taking my time. I've been studying, okay? I was studying. I was going over the lesson plan. And really just like kind of zoning into what the Divine Mother wants me to teach on, right? What she wants me to speak on, how she wants me to speak on it. And we are at the we are going to be on lesson number 5. Okay, lesson number 5, where change happens, right? 5 is about change. And that's where change happens. Okay, 5th house is where change happens. Wherever you have, whatever you have in the 5th house, whether there are actual planets there or it's always a zodiac sign there, right? It's always a zodiac sign. So let's say that you have a, let me just throw a zodiac sign out there. That's not mine. Let's say you have a Cancer rising, right? So if you have a Cancer rising, you have Cancer in the 1st house, right? Then that means that in the 2nd house you will have Leo, in the 4th house you will have Virgo, in the 5th house you will have Libra, right? Wait, I'm sorry, I did that wrong. I'm sorry. If you have a Cancer rising, in the 2nd house you have Leo, in the 3rd house you have Virgo, in the 4th house you have Libra, and in the 5th house you would have Scorpio, right? So if you have a Cancer rising, you have Scorpio in the 5th house, all right? Rising signs are usually, hello Lori, hello baby. Rising signs are usually in the 1st house. It is sometimes rare, right? It can happen where you have a 12th house rising. I have a 12th house rising, okay? And Scorpio at that too. So, but if you have Cancer rising in the 1st house, right? You have Scorpio in the 5th house, meaning this is where changes happen, right? So you have Scorpio going into the 5th house. This is a little astrology for y'all right quick, right? Where the number 5 energy changes happen. Now, if you have Scorpio in the 5th house, most likely your changes will be seen from a religious aspect. You may be someone that studies multiple religions. You're someone that is very devoted to spirituality, or you could be so far drawn from spirituality that you see yourself as an atheist, right? Or let me not say spirituality, but religion, okay? You believe in something, you just don't know exactly what it is. Throughout your lifetime, usually when you're about the age of 17, 18, 19, you might feel very distant from spirituality. Then about the time you turn 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, having Scorpio in the 5th house, you start getting a little bit more curious. You might be going to other countries, okay? 5th house with Scorpio there, it is a lot of rebirths, transformations, okay? Also, having Scorpio there will be, if you don't have any planetary placements there, and I'm just talking about the energy of Scorpio there, right? The planetary placements changes everything. So you have Jupiter in Scorpio there, you have Venus in Scorpio there. That changes the energy of the whole overall chart. But let's say you don't have any planetary placements in the 5th house and you just simply have Scorpio there, right? You would be someone who is really good with other people's money but horrible with your money, right? And you will start to feel a pull at wanting to get your finances together, okay? Because Scorpio is about other people's finances at the end of the day. All right, a Scorpio would, they owe people. Most Scorpios owe people, okay? Um and it can be big, it can be small, whatever it is. I'm sure it's somebody out there that y'all owe. I'm sure it's something that you owe, okay? If it's not actual like finances, right? It would be some type of loan of some sort, right? Maybe you I'm not even participating in none of that today. Okay, so maybe you made some type of bet and you just don't want to, you like, I ain't about to pay that bet. No, I know I was right. Okay, I know I was right. So whatever the case is, they be owing apologies. That part too, accountability. So, oh, thank you, Lori, for getting me right back on track. Okay, so today, I was gonna do the Durga lessons, but the lessons that I have to go over, I don't just study them before I come on. I like to give examples. Okay, first, I am a life path number 1. I am a Sagittarius Saturn, Sagittarius Mercury, Sagittarius Uranus, Sagittarius Sun. I am a Scorpio Uranus. I am a Scorpio Saturn. I am a Scorpio Sun. I am a Scorpio Mercury. Okay, and I am a 12th house Scorpio. I am a 1st house Sagittarius. I'm a Scorpio rising too. Okay. And I'm a Scorpio rising whichever way you look at it. Okay. Whether you're looking at it Vedic or Western. So yeah, I'm bodying that, right? And I do owe student loans. I absolutely owe student loans. Okay. Are they gonna get their money? Probably not. Okay. Probably not. If I hit the lottery, I might actually pay my student loans off because I was looking at that, and I guess it affects other things, right? And I really want to get back to the country, and I don't like owing people or whatever. I don't like owing people. But I do feel like, okay, as a Scorpio that owes student loans, right? I do feel like I got bamboozled the first time that I went to school because why did I take out so much money? Okay. And I don't ever remember getting my refund. The school actually closed down. And whoever that was, they knew it's just the perfect time to write them off. I don't think the loans that I have I can write off. I've tried to do that. I don't think that I can. I don't think that I can. Only ones that have, like, I had a lot of student loans at one point, and the only ones that have went somewhere is the ones where I went into nursing and I did it through my job and stuff like that. Like I had them help me. I had somebody help me. Okay, they closed down. Yeah, you should definitely be. Girl, somebody else told me that too, but I tried and they're like it's a private loan. It's not a government loan. It's a private loan. They gave me a lot of private loans. Okay. So anywho, yes. So Scorpio, my Scorpio placement and owing people comes in education. And I can totally see that where it comes into in the 1st house who I am. I'm an educator and I owe the the educational system, okay? Not the traditional one either. Saturn, Scorpio here, because I'm like, why? Okay. Should have definitely, I probably would have had I went into like had I knew that I was a spiritualist of some sort, I probably would have just went to school for that, or either like English literature or something like that, where I became a James Baldwin or something. Um, my husband just put my I have backpacks full of college books, high school books. Like, I just collect books, right? And I never, ever, ever really got rid of any books. And my husband, we was packing up some stuff today, and he's like, "What is in these backpacks?" He taking them down to the car. He's like, "What is in these backpacks?" And I'm like, "Books." He was like, "What kind of books?" I was like, "Books." He was like, "You don't want to get rid of them? Like, you don't want to donate them?" I'm like, "No. The kids are gonna need this. They don't even have books at school anymore." He was like, "I don't think the kids is gonna need them." I pulled out a book. I said, when was the last time you seen a biology book like this, where at the front of the page at the front of the page where you had to sign it out? I have all books. Okay, right before COVID hit, I had two kids that was in high school, around two kids that was in high school, middle school, and a couple elementary kids. And I literally kept everybody books. I was like, "No, y'all gonna need these books. Okay? Y'all gonna need these books." And I was in college too. So no, we gonna need these books. So definitely go back and look at those books. And as I was like packing them into the backpack, I'm like, "Damn, I might need these." Anywho, back to the lesson. So it's 11 o'clock. If y'all haven't noticed, I've been doing the Durga meditations every day, right? Well, for the last couple days. What is this? This is Thursday. I think we've been doing them since Sunday. I'm still going to go live even if I go over midnight. Okay, I'm still going to go live, and I'm still going to do the meditation if I go over. So it's all right. Okay, I do have to go to work tomorrow, so I don't plan on being on here extra long. Okay, I am going to do a reading. I'm just trying to really gather my thoughts right now, because from the time that I woke up this morning, actually for the last couple days, Divine has, not even the last couple days, the last couple months, the last couple weeks, however long it's been, right? Divine has really been on on me, right? And been talking to me, and I can feel her energy. I can feel her energy so deep that when she speaks to me, I have no choice but to, like, not be quiet, but I'm having like a transactional conversation. I'm conversing back with her, and I'm getting my questions answered, and they're coming in a way that I remember them coming before. And I'm not shocked, right? I'm not shocked now. I was shocked before, right? I was shocked. You ever ask yourself a question in your mind, and then boom, next thing you know, you hear a song and it's answering your question? Or you ask yourself a question in your mind, and then you hear this voice, this very familiar voice, and you're like, "I know that voice." And it could be, an ancestor. It could be a spirit guide. It could be a mom, a dad, a cousin, an uncle, whomever, right? It could be a quick phone call from somebody, and they like, "Hey, did you what kind of cheese do you put in macaroni?" And then you start saying stuff, da 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 da. And you're like, "Yeah, the four cheese. I use the four cheese, the four cheese one. I use the six cheese one. Oh, and then I like this other type of sauce." And then y'all start talking, and then boom, y'all start talking about something else, right? And you're getting your questions answered. And sometimes those people have questions as well too, right? And so, um, it's been very interesting. It's been very interesting, the things that have been coming up. I've been asking myself questions that I already know the answer to a little bit, right? A little bit, because I have, y'all, I have a truth spell going, right? I had a truth spell going. And so when I ask questions about other people, the answer be coming like that. Sometimes I get the answer before I even ask the question. I be like, are they talking to me? And then boom, the answer come like, they talking to you, right? Are they telling on themselves? Boom, they telling on themselves, right? And so we're doing these lessons. So we're at number 14. And this is the one that I think it gets me every time. It says, we bow to the divine goddess and who exists in all, who resides in the form of patient forgiveness. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her, right? So we bow to the divine goddess existing in all, who resides in the form of patient forgiveness. We bow to her, we bow to her, we continue to bow to her, right? That vow, it gets me all the time. Like, it gets me. It gets me when I ain't even vowing. And I'm just like, why? Like, why are we so keen on holding on to resentment, ego, anger, sadness? Like, how can we hold on to those things and still welcome the divine in fully? How can we hold on to those things? And we'd be like, we forgive them. We forgive them. I forgive that person. I forgive that person, right? And really, when you saying that, you say you forgive somebody. And I've done this. I've done this. I've done this. I do this. I do this. Let me take accountability. I do this. I say I forgive somebody until I'm blue in the face so that I can convince myself that I forgive them. And eventually it become true, right? I have this thing, words or spells, right? Words or spells. And so I convince myself that if I say that I forgive them 1,000,000 times, I forgive them, right? And eventually I will forgive them. But then you see this person face, right? You see this person face and you make this type of face and you like, I ain't gonna forget what they did to me. Or it's like, I could never trust this person again. I could never go back on this again. And you know what's crazy is about patient forgiveness? We as humans, we be like, okay? We be like, that's what I said. That's what I said, okay? I'm not an English major. As humans, we be like, I don't fuck with that person. I don't trust that person. I don't trust people with that same sign as that person. I am so guilty of this, right? I am so guilty of this until I married an Aquarius. Until I married an Aquarius. Let me tell y'all something. My dance partner, my very first dance partner, stole mad money from me. Like, first of all, I was a person that drank alcohol, right? I drank alcohol, and I always been a spiritual person. So I never smoked weed for real though. Like when I was, first, I never smoked weed until after I started, until after I didn't smoke weed until COVID. There we go. I could put that on there. I didn't smoke weed until I was 30. I'm 38, maybe like 34, 33, 34. That's when I smoked weed, right? And but I drank alcohol. And I didn't drink until I was 21. Okay? Might have had a sip or two somewhere or whatever, but I've never been drunk until I was like 24, 25, 26, right? And so I don't drink now. There you go. Good job, Ron. You congratulated yourself. Whoever you here for, return back to your person, right? Return back to them. Anybody that comment anything crazy on my page, I'ma assume that you here for another spiritualist. I'ma assume that another spiritualist sent you. That's what I'ma assume. Okay? And I'm glad that they sent you to my page, because now you can finally learn something, right? Now you can finally learn something for real. Because anybody that tell you to go to my page and do anything on my page, because y'all can't be operating out of y'all right mind, y'all own mind, right? Y'all under possession. Y'all are, okay? Y'all are, I know. So, anywho, then I'm gonna read something to y'all too. Damn, where's my iPad? It's on the table over there. I see it from right here. I might go get it. Okay, so listen, anyway. So back to the Aquarius energy, right? So my very first dance partner, when we would, so I would drink alcohol, right? And in order to sober up, I would need to throw up. Okay. We was wild. We was wild. And the crazy part is I didn't know how to drink. I didn't know how to have a good time. I didn't know how to dance without drinking, right? And I also didn't know how to drink for real either. Okay? Because girl would mix anything. And I was never alcoholic, because, and this is something that's so crazy, because people would be like, you was alcoholic. When I was off work, I never drunk. When I was with my kids, I never drunk. I never drunk and drive with my kids. I can't say I ain't drink and drive, because I did. Okay, I did. We almost hit a damn center block before. I wasn't driving, Stacy was though. But but I sobered up real quick. We didn't got out of mad tickets with me. I've never had a DUI or anything like that, by the grace of God. Thank you. Mad tickets, but never a DUI or anything. Never hurt anybody. And I just thank God for just covering us during those moments and those times, right? I don't condone this. I don't advise this. I work at a drug and alcohol facility, and I tell them kids every day, this ain't what you want. So anyway, anywho. So we would drink, right? And before, okay, so after we get done off the floor, all right, so you never touch your own money. In the clubs that I worked at out here, we never touch our own money. Okay, we don't pick up the money. Let me be real sharp about it. Okay, and this ain't just me talking about. Let me pause it. Okay, let me not do that. All right, listen. We never touch our own money. We just go on to the next. We go to stage. We go to the next section. However it go, they have sweepers, right? So what happened is you gotta tip the DJ at the end of the night, and you tip your sweeper, right? And usually the sweepers are sectioned off. So what me and my dance partners, and it was me. So I was Canada, Tasty, Safari. Those was my first dance partners, okay? And that wasn't my first dance partner. Charisma was my first dance partner, okay? But I always trusted her. But when she stopped dancing, these was my two dance partners, okay? So, Tasty and Safari, both of them air signs, right? Both of them air signs. Actually, I think they both Aquariuses. If one of them is not an Aquarius, she probably push into Pisces, right? But I do remember their birthdays being in February, beginning of February, right? And so Tasty, the head honcho of this group, right? I wasn't the girl. Okay? I wasn't the girl. I was very shy about everything. And to be honest, the only reason why these girls probably danced with me, because like I said, I couldn't dance. I was cute. The only reason why they probably danced with me is because, one, I had a car. Two, I had a lot of, I would get a lot of attention because I was honest. Okay? If I got pulled into a section, I will instantly tell one of the guys, like, I can't dance. They'd be like, I know. Just be over here and just, you know, whatever the case is. And I have a nice body. All right. So I remember a couple times that we would always, after we leave the club, we would go to this place called Ruchi's, which is a Mexican food place, right? We would go Ruchi's. Ruchi's closed like 3, 4. Nah, they got to close later than that. I think Ruchi sold breakfast. They might have been 24 hours. So we would leave and we would go to Ruchi's and we bust down our money. Now, mind you, the money is already stacked, right? The money is already stacked. And they put it in bands of 100 because they want you to turn in hundreds at the end of the night and get actual $100 bills, right? So they would, but we never did that. We never turned in our money. We would be like, we'll turn it in the next day. Just put all our shit together. We'll bust it down. So we would go to Ruchi's. This remind me of Coyote Ugly too, which is crazy. That was one of my favorite movies growing up too. And so we would go to Ruchi's, we sit in our little section, and we bust our money down. And I remember a couple times I was like, damn, I think that the sweeper is taking some of our money because we definitely have more money than this. And so I started switching sweepers. I was like, nah, let's get different sweepers. You know, like, let's get a different sweeper. And so, and I'm just talking about trust here and forgiveness. I'm talking about trust and forgiveness, right? Let's not forget that. Trust and forgiveness. And so, started switching sweepers. And the same thing was happening. And so I remember it was April Fool's Day. It was April Fool's Day. The DJ played the trick on me, and I guess Tasty or whatever the case is, and Safari, right? Now, none of us really liked the DJ, DJ Eric. Okay, I'm in Houston. DJ Eric. None of us really liked him. And I especially didn't like him. I always say that we was dancing on the devil's playground. It was so... Man, I say it's the devil's playground. I ain't even gonna get into another story for another day. So I remember I was supposed to go to Tasty apartment. She was like, hey, come over, whatever the case is. So I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, I'm gonna go pick up Safari. And so I'm going to pick up Safari. Safari, like, you talk to Tasty? She ain't answering her phone. So I'm like, I told her I was coming to pick you up. I mean, I ain't talked to her in between, but I was like, I told her I was going to pick you up, and then we going to go over to her apartment. So we get over to her apartment, knocking on the door. She ain't answering the door. She ain't answering the door, right? So then the DJ called, and he tell us, like, she ain't fucking with y'all, no, da, 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 da. Now, this, whatever April Fool's Day was, it was like, let's say it was one of our good days, right? So I'm like, she ain't fucking with us. That's weird, right? So there's another part of this story that I'm going to kind of leave out because it's irrelevant, okay? I'm going to leave this part of the story out. But just know that I end up getting a call from Tasty, and it was like, hey, is somebody in the background? And she was like, no, nobody in the background. And I was like, it sounds like somebody in the background, right? And I was like, I'm going to just talk to you later. I'm going to go drop Safari off. I ain't about to play these games. I'll see y'all at work tonight. I asked Safari if she wanted to stay with me, so that way I ain't have to go out my way picking them up. They said they was going to get their own ride. Boom. We get to work that night. We get to work. And I'm like, these bitches acting funny as fuck, right? They was acting so weird and funny. So this guy named Tony come into the club. And Tony is one of my friends, not one of my customers, but one of my friends. He actually is a customer of somebody else's, right? But anytime we'd be out drinking at Sam's Boat, he'd be buying us drinks, okay? We have real conversations. So Tony come in there, and Tony's drunk. And he's like, Canada, I want you to dance in my section. I was like, nah, you got a girl that dance in your section. I will be starting beef if I danced in your section. And so he was like, no, I want you to dance in my section. So I was like, I'll do a couple songs in your section, and then that's it, right? I danced in his section. This nigga threw mad money. Right? Crazy money. I wasn't expecting it. All right. Sweeper come through. That's one bag. Then we get called to the stage because the DJ see, oh, niggas throwing money on her. We gonna go to the stage. So then we get called to the stage. We go on the stage. So what ended up happening was they put my section money from with Tony on with the stage. And I was like, no, ain't nobody really throw no money on the stage. Like, this came from the section. We end up having an argument. I'm not one to argue like that, especially not in a club where I'm already getting fined for just being me, right? I got fined for fighting. I got fined for fighting a customer because she was talking to my boyfriend, my outside boyfriend, right? And then she came to the club, wanted to fight me, so I got fined like $5,000, right? One of my customers paid that. I don't know what happened to that. Okay, I got a ticket from damn fire department and all that shit. Bitch bit me on my thigh, horse. Anyway, okay, patient forgiveness. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm sitting up here, I'm still talking about a woman. I'm calling her a horse. And this has been years from now. If I seen this woman on the street, I wouldn't even know what she looked like anymore. Okay? Yeah, the club fine you for anything when they know that you got people that pay your tab. That's not even the most I got fined for before. That's not even the most. During All-Star Weekend, I think I got fined back to back. I wouldn't get on the stage because I was making more money in the section. I got fined. I didn't pay my tip out at the beginning of the night. I got fined. That's $1,000 right there. You don't pay your tip out at the beginning of the night. You get taxed at the end of the night. It's the devil's playground. You got to pay to play on the devil's playground. And that's what I was doing. I was paying to play on the devil's playground. But anywho, so I'm having this argument with them, right? I'm having this argument like, nah, this came out the section. So then I go get the dude. And I'm like, Tony, did you throw any money on the stage? They was like, no, he was throwing money on the stage. He was going ham. That's why we called you up to the stage. I said we wasn't even really dancing that close to the stage. And even so, the sweeper should have swept it. Nobody was on stage. When I was like, I'm going to dance for you, at that point, the other girls were still coming back from the club. And I didn't go to the club because, like I said, the bitches was acting weird. So I didn't go out that night. I was like, I kind of need to stay a little sober so I could pay attention, right? So I was like, hey, we'll just worry about this. I'm not going to have an argument with y'all about my money in the club. Tasty, Safari, y'all ride with me. Come on, we going to go to Ruchi's. We going to sort it out over there, right? And I was going to get them some money off rip because they my dance partners. And at the end of the day, whether you dance with your dance partners or not, like, we just kind of look out for each other. We always did that. So I'm like, I'm not about to argue with the DJ, the sweeper, all of them. I'm about to pay my tip out. Y'all tip them whatever you want to tip them. And then let's fucking go, right? I go in the car. I get in the car. And I'm like this too. When I go out of town with bitches too, we sitting at the table. We sitting at the table about to try to decide how we gonna split the tab. There's no splitting the tab. Somebody swipe their motherfucking card. We'll figure that shit out in the Airbnb or the hotel, okay? That's how I am when I go out of town, when I go out of the country with anybody. I'm not about to sit here and we got money. Everybody I'm traveling with, everybody I'm moving with, we got money. You get what I'm saying? And so I'm literally like, I'm in the car because I'm already dressed. I'm sober. These bitches is drunk as fuck. But I'm a little bit sober. I'm drinking, but I'm a little sober. And so we get in the car. I get in the car. They don't get in the car. I get in the car. Got my bag in the car. The money. I could have easily just drove off, but I never stole anything except when I was 13 from Target, okay? I stole belly rings and didn't even have my belly button pierced and some deodorant, okay? Never stole anything else. I don't steal. I don't take from people, okay? Karma hit you like that. I got my ass whooped at Target in front of everybody. Back to the story. So, I'm in the car. I'm just, you know, going through my phone. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Voicemail. Because I got my phone on Do Not Disturb. Or something like that. You know, silent. Whatever it was. Let's just say it's silent, right? I got a voicemail. Listening to the voicemail. Yeah, in Canada, I'm listening to a voicemail. In Canada, to think she's slick. That's why I'm about to take some money off the top. I'm taking money off the top. Da-da-da-da-da. I look at the time. I look at the clock. I'm like, damn, this was about 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock a.m., right? Let's just say it's midnight. I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, it's 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. These bitches been left me this voicemail. But my phone was in my locker. I ain't one of those type of girls that have my phone on the floor. If it was an emergency, call they daddy. Call they daddy. I trust they daddy. They daddy can handle it, okay? Okay? Call they daddy. Call my niece. Call Stacy. If it's an emergency, anybody knew how to reach me, like, okay? I'm like, damn, these bitches left me a voicemail at 12 o'clock. I hear them talking to the DJ. Now, this is the crazy part, is this is even before they went to the club, because what we used to do is we go to the club around midnight, right? We go to the okay, I'm saying the club, but I'm not talking about the strip club. I'm talking about the regular club. What we do is we drop our bags off at the strip club. We all hop in the car with the DJ or with one of our homegirls, whoever, right? We hop in multiple cars, but not our car. Like, we not taking a whole bunch of cars to the club. We all showing up unit. Okay? They went to the club. I stayed at the strip club. I was like, I'm gonna just stay at the strip club. Tip out cheaper too. If you in the club before 2 o'clock, and if you in the strip club before 2 o'clock, tip out is cheaper. So I already had a calculated plan, right? I was like, I'm gonna make me some money. I ain't going out with them. They acting funny. And it's got to be an April Fool's joke, because these my dance partners and they really acting stank. So I listen to the voicemail and I'm just like, my heart is just pounding, because I got all of the money. Like, we made a little money on stage, but it wasn't the money that I made in the section, right? So my heart pounding, and at the time, I was a little bit wild where, you know, I used to drag bitches off the stage. Somebody stole $50 from me. Her pimp was in the club, and me and Stacy still drug her ass. And it was my birthday, and I drug her ass off the stage. Bitch, you don't steal from nobody. You get what I'm saying? Don't take nothing from me. Nothing. Okay? So I'm like, I should go mangle these bitches in the motherfucking locker room, right? But then I was like, no, it's the end of the night. Mostly everybody got a gun. Let me not do that. So they get in the car. I'm like, I'm just going to play it. If they fight me, they fight me, right? I'm just going to have to get beat up by 2 big bitches. Because Safari was bigger than us. Tasty was thicker than me. And I'm the smallest, okay? I'm the smallest. And I'm the smallest. I wasn't as thick as I am now, okay? But crashed out. Yeah, that's crazy. Wow. Stealing somebody's food too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Man, I had somebody steal out my deep freezer too. That's crazy. Look, I don't know if it was your deep freezer, but I had somebody steal some food out my deep freezer. Like, you can never come back to my house. But anywho, so we get to Ruchi's, and I'm like this. They like, Canada, what's wrong with you? I'm like, man, don't call me Canada. Call me Alexis now. Like, I don't want to be Canada right now. I was like, let's talk some real business though. I said, so how much do y'all think y'all made on stage? So Tasty, like, you know, she talking, Safari just sitting there. Safari wasn't really a good liar. So anytime that she was going to lie, she would get quiet and she would just let Tasty talk. Tasty, a wonderful liar. Okay. So Tasty started talking. And she was like, we had to at least make like 2,000, right? Let's just say it was 2,000. So I was like, all right, so 369. All right, so we gonna get $300 each. I'm gonna take 2,000 off of this that's made right here, right? I'm gonna take $2,000 off of it. We gonna split it. I'm gonna give you 300. I'm gonna give you 300, right? And then the rest is mine, right? And then, so that means that $100 went to the DJ to split between the sweeper and the DJ. That's not true. But I just let her say 2,000, right? So I'm like, I let her, no, she said 2,000. I counted 1,000. So let's just say it's 6 and 6. 6, 6, right? So I'm like, all right. So I'm counting up the money. She counting down some money or whatever the case is. My eyes is like this. They like this, right? I'm looking at her there, and I'm looking at Safari over here, and I'm like, I should have smacked both of these bitches, right? I just wanted to crash both of their heads in. And I still remember how I felt, because at that same time, I stopped counting and I started going through my phone, right? And I was like, I seen the voicemail again, and I was like, I should just play the voicemail. But then I just asked, I said, so how much did you take off the top? I was like, how much did you take off the top? She was like, what you talking about? I don't never take nothing off the top. I said, when you was talking to Eric today in the locker room, how much did you take off the top? I was like, because I know you had told him that you was going to take something off the top. She was like, I was just, wait, how you know what I had said? You was listening to our conversation. I said, nah, it was repeated back to me. I said, it was played and repeated to me. She looked at Safari like, bitch, you told her? So I said, Safari, you heard this too? Because I didn't hear Safari on the recording. I only heard Tasty and Eric. So I was like, Safari, you heard this too? And she was like, I'm not trying to get in a Canada. You know we ain't take none of your. I said, we or her or you. Like, let's just speak for ourselves today, okay? And I'm not Canada. I'm Alexis at this moment. Let's just speak for ourselves. So she was like, we ain't never took no money from you. I said, all right, so let me play this message. So I played the message. Safari look at Tasty. Tasty like, I ain't take nothing. And I'm not about to sit here and do this. I'm about to count my money and I'm about to get out of here. I just snatched up all the money. I put it in the bag. I gave both of them bitches like $200. And I was like, y'all just find y'all own way from over here. Mind you, neither one of them lived where we was at. Ruchi's is, if y'all was in Houston, I'd be able to explain it a little bit more. But let's just say one of them lived in the suburb, right? Like, Tasty, she lived like in Katy. Ruchi's is close to the Galleria. Safari lived closer to the club, which was off of Richmond. So, like, we passed Safari House up to go to Ruchi's. And then on my way home, I lived closer to Tasty. But I didn't give a fuck about driving. I just backdoor and just go back, drop Safari off, and then drop Tasty off. Neither one of them had a fucking car, right? And then I make it home about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, stay up, make my kids breakfast, take my kids to school, and be knocked out into 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I put the money on the table. I had a whole system lined up. I put my money on the table. My niece and my nephew, they count it up, put it where it need to go, bills get paid, right? They get paid, however they got paid, whatever the case is. We had a whole system going. So I gave them some money and I told them, I said, I never want to dance with y'all again. I'm good. I'm never picking y'all up. I'm never dropping y'all off again. I'm good. I said, y'all good? I'm good. The next day, my phone was ringing off the hook. My phone was ringing off the hook. Tasty calling me, Safari calling me, like, it was a joke, and you know she ain't mean it like this. Then the DJ called me. And Eric say something to me, I don't know, I went off. I was like, hey, like you in on this shit too. You knew these hoes been stealing from me. You knew they been stealing from me. But I know where your loyalty lie, because Tasty had been dancing under him for a long time. She been dancing under him since she was like 17. And I don't even think she was, I don't know how old Tasty was. I know I was older than her. But she been dancing since she was like 17. And so I did dance with them after that. But then I got another, so they're Aquariuses, right? And they betrayed me. Then I got another dance partner, Jade. That was a long running joke. That was a long running joke. It still was a longer joke, because like I seen Safari. Okay, so when I got into a real relationship, like I mean a real relationship with my husband, when I first started talking to him, I was dancing. But as we got serious and he was like, I want you to be my girlfriend, because at first I would just take off. He say I was the person that never respond to text messages. Never respond to his text. I'd respond to his text message 2-3 days later. I never had a boyfriend while I was dancing, right? And so when he really wanted me to be his girlfriend, I was like, I got to stop dancing, because the last time I was trying to be in a relationship with a dude and he wanted me to be his girlfriend and I was dancing, this nigga tried to drag me off of the floor. Then we went home and he punched a hole in my wall. And I was like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it. He punched a hole in my... He didn't just punch a hole in my wall. He pushed me into the wall and then it became a body. And then he punched above my, like above here, like he was going to punch my face. But he never, I mean, pushing me into the wall was enough for me. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't have no boyfriend dancing. And Jessica, don't, you don't know me. Don't comment on my page. All right. Everything you need to know about me, if you want to book me, is in the description of one of my other videos, if that's how you want to get a reading. Oh, there you go. Now you can't. So, anywho, there's other readers on here, Jessica, that would gladly take your money. Call the police. So, anywho, so, clear. People is so funny. They so funny. The energy is so funny. So, anywho, so those are the first two Aquariuses, right? So, then I got another dance partner. And mind y'all, we never say our real birthdays, right? My birthday was July 17th. Up into the year 2023 when my son died, right? My birthday was July 17th. And so in reality, my birthday was is December, right? Look, I was about to say my birthday. Y'all know what my birthday is. My birthday is December the 10th. Okay? And it always snowed on my birthday, so I became a Cancer. July 17th. So anywho, so then I got another dance partner, Jade. Jade was an Aquarius. I came about Jade with Tasty and Safari. We was supposed to, it was some baseball players in Houston. And they was like, we gonna go to Hotel Derrick and have drinks with them, right? I was like, now mind y'all, I'm the one with the car. This is the first time that I met Jade. So, they was like, we gonna bring our homegirl Jade with us, right? And I was like, Jade? They was like, you know Jade? I was like, no, I don't. Now, y'all remember the guy, Tony, right? I was like, I don't know Jade. And they was like, you do know Jade. So then, boom, Jade come about. Now, this is when we are working at Fetish. We working at Fetish. The club name was Fetish. If y'all look it up, listen, it look a hot-ass mess, but it did not look like that. They only showed a hot-ass mess after they rated it. We got rated like 4 times in a week, right? So, anywho, so Jade. They was like, you remember Jay? She worked at Fetish with us. So I'm like, okay, let me see her. When I see her, I'ma know her, right? And this was a girl that would come around every so often, and she would dance with us, but she was in the club, right? Like, I mean, not in the club, but she was dancing too, but she would dance with us every so often. But it was always us three. So when I seen her, I'm like, oh, okay, I know Jay. Jay, me and her, when I said, Tony, you got a girl that dance for you, that's Jay. Like, you got a girl that always be dancing for you. Like, shit, I thought they was together, you know. If not together, then they was, you know, more than just customers. And you could peep that sometimes when people, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. I don't want to get that image of all dancers when they got they set customers, because I had a running bet on me who could knock me down, okay? And I'm like, I'm dealing with somebody that ain't even, y'all would never know who I'm dealing with in here, okay? So, Jade, we go to Hotel Derrick. We with these baseball players. Supposedly baseball players, right? So I'm talking to like two guys. I'm at the bar. We at the bar and we at the table, right? And I'm sitting at the bar and I'm talking to two guys at one time, and they all in my face. They talking or whatever the case is, right? And so I got this homegirl that don't even work in the club, right? I got this homegirl. She got a baby by a baseball player, right? So I was like, oh, what team you play for, right? So he told me the team, and I was like, oh, you know, such and such, right? And they was like, yeah. I was like, oh yeah, my friend got a baby by him or whatever the case is. They was like, your friend? For real? I was like, yeah, like they a thing. They a thing, right? It was like, oh, for real? Da 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 da. I was like, yeah, she be at the game. She be doing all this, you know, all this stuff. Like I went to a game with her. We cool. They just didn't seem to know much about baseball. And all it takes is for you to sit through one game and you fucking know it. Okay? The game is long as fuck. I think I learned baseball in a day. Okay? They just didn't seem to know enough about baseball, and they also didn't seem to have the arms. So I sent Tasty and Safari a message. Now, I'm not really cool with Jade like that to be sending her no message. But I sent Tasty and Safari a message, and I was like, this bullshit. I'm about to get ready to go because it's weird. The bartender keep looking at us weird. Like, are we going to pay the tab? And they like, just put it on the room. Just put it on the room. All right? So, I'm like, I'm about to go. I was like, they was like, why you about to go? They trying to convince me to stay. So the other thing that I'm not is a hoe. Okay? I never been a hoe. Ever. Because at the end of the day, I always felt like I can get way further if I didn't have sex with people. Right? And so that's just how it's been. And plus, I don't want no attachments. I didn't want none of that. Right? Always been a little bit spiritually enlightened to sex activity. And so I don't just sleep with people. I don't. Never have been. Never been. Right? And so, I don't even know what that is. So I'm just going to erase that. Everything kills. So, sorry you knew what the objective was. And then plus, if you hang out with hoes, you ain't really got to do much, okay? They just need somebody that look cute. You need a hoe, and then you need a drinker, okay? And you need somebody with a car. I'm that sober friend, right? With the car. Unless we're going out. Like I said, I have drunk and driven before. So, we at the hotel. I'm like, I'm about to go, right? For some reason, I was like, Jay, you want to ride back with me? And she was like, probably because I was picking up that she was a little young. She was younger than Tasty. And Tasty was younger than me. So I was picking up that Jay was a little young. And this is the protective mother energy stepping in, right? And so she like, no, I'm gonna get a way back or whatever. I got ready to go. I got my car from valet, right? I got my car from valet. And Jade comes out the door and she was like, yeah, you could drop me off. I was like, all right, bet. Boom. Me and Jade, we talking. We pull up to her apartments. We talking for a good long minute. And she was like, now at this point, I'm not cool with Tasty and Safari, but we still run some plays together, right? We still run some plays, but I don't drop them off. I don't really pick them up like that, like unless it's like a play. Like I said, I text them and told them it was bullshit, I'm about to go. So any other time I would have mapped it out into the end. I would have stayed all the way into the end until the bitches went into the room. All right, I'll pick y'all up in the morning. I'm not a pimp, but them my friends, right? This time I'm like, no, I ain't really about to be in a motion. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if them bitches catch the bus wherever they going. Didn't really care if they got kidnapped either. And I'm just being real fucking honest there, okay? Because that was a little trick one time. Oh, y'all trying to see if I care, and I don't give a fuck, right? So I'm talking to Jade, and I'm like, how well you know them? And she was like, well, I danced with Safari on the north side before. And so I was like, oh, don't trust them. She was like, you don't trust them? I said, no. And she was like, why? It's like, they steal money. I was like, so just, be on your P's and Q's or whatever the case is. She was like, bet, thank you for telling me that. She was like, I usually stick by myself. I don't really have a dance partner or whatever the case is. I was like, well, if you ever want to dance together, we can dance together, but it's cool. I'm not really looking for another partner. I'm just going to be me, right? Success comes with partnership with me, though, right? So I was like, that was that. Me and Jay started being cool a little bit. But I realized that she was kind of using me. Every time I would talk to a dude before we go to the club, then she like, okay, well, you warmed him up and I'm going to talk to him, right? And so, remember I told y'all we have our customers. So I had a particular person. So I had a particular person that I wasn't talking to like that, but I did like him. I'm being honest. I liked him. He was a Capricorn. I really liked him, right? But I told Jay that I liked him, right? I was like, I like him. I fuck with him. And she was like, you fucked him before? And I was like, no. She was like, good, because I fucked him. I'm like, damn. Now I really can't fuck with him, right? Because I don't backdoor. So I was like, damn, now I really can't fuck with him. So I friend zoned him. But I was like, that's my nigga, but he super friend zone, right? And this is actually the dude that introduced me to voodoo, too. All right? He introduced me to voodoo. Another story for another day. So, Jay, me and her, we did this interview together, right? They was doing these. We didn't shot a video together. Beyonce came out here and shot a video. We didn't did a video. She shot a video at our club and all that shit. We didn't did all that shit together, right? And so, you know, angel baby. All right. And so, me and Jay did this interview. And if this interview ever comes to surface, y'all, I wouldn't be mad. Because I ain't do nothing but tell the truth. So in the video, they was like, how long y'all been friends? And I was like, we not friends. We dance partners. And they was like, y'all not friends? We not friends. Like, I'm not going to give anybody the stamp of friendship. She held on. And this, we talking about patient forgiveness. Okay? We talking about forgiveness in this. She held on to me saying that all the way past when we stopped dancing. Like, I helped this girl so much. I helped this girl so much. And she helped me too. She bought my very first tarot deck. Where's the deck at? I still use it to this day. Oh, it's over in here. This deck right here. This deck right here. She bought this deck for me. She bought that deck for me, and she introduced me to dowser rods. Okay, we did a lot of dark and light magic together, right? A lot of it. When we really went, got in our bag, we started doing money rituals together. We started really like tapping in with Jupiter energy together, and it wasn't until I went and helped her move the second time. Because let me tell y'all something. My niece been living next door to me. And I think I've been over to her house like 3 times. I never go to people's houses. People don't come to my house. I don't go to their house. It's not like it's a bad thing or anything like that. It's just like if I pay rent here. I don't need to go sit up over at your house. You don't have a job. You be in your shit all day. And then plus, I don't drink. Right? It wasn't until I went to help her move. She was like, can I help her move? Was that how it happened? Nope. She was going out of town for the summer. She was going to California for the summer. And she was like, she was still calling me Canada too. That was another flag on the play, right? I'm like, I'm not even dancing no more. And you still calling me Canada. But she loved that, okay? Anytime somebody else was around, she never called me by my name, which I appreciated too. She just called me Canada. So, she was going out of town, and she was like, can you come over and, you know, like, watch my house, be going in and out my house, making sure the lights stay on, making sure, you know, nobody come in and steal her shit and whatever the case is, right? And I told her, I said, I'm going to set some cameras up. I remember, I was like, hey, I can't go in your house all the time. Energy was wild. So I was like, I can't go in your house all the time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy you some cameras. I'm going to set them up, and I'm going to be looking at them bitches, right? I went over. She was like, that's cool. I went over there to set the cameras up. And, you know, I couldn't help but to look. I'm like, Jezebel, Lilith. Like, it was wild. The stuff that she had. And I'm like, I know I be having conversations with her. Like, we don't need to use that stuff if we're doing this, right? And I looked at the altar that she had, and I ain't like it. I ain't like it at all. I ain't get no good energy off of it. I ain't like it. I ain't get no good energy. So anyway, fast forward, in the summer come. I ain't say nothing to her. I just was like, I'ma just not do any ritual work with her, right? I ain't gonna do no work with her. Summertime came, right? And I delivered this girl a baby. This girl had a baby. And I took the baby out, cut the umbilical cord. Okay, then when we got to the hospital, they, you know, took all the pictures of the baby. But I said what time the baby was born. You know, I delivered that baby. We had that baby over there at her apartment, okay, on the bed. I did that by myself. So, because we weren't going to make it to the hospital on time, according to 911, right? I don't know how I did that, but that's how that happened. So we was cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, we cool. But we wasn't cool. After she had the baby, she went to California. I peeped what type of energy she was on. And I was like, all right. So then she got ready to call me. She's like, hey, I'm going to send something to your house. I'm already knowing. Hey, don't send nothing to my house, right? I was like, don't send nothing to my house. I don't allow no type of paraphernalia to come to my house. She was like, Canada, ain't nobody gonna know. I'm a vacuum sealer. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I said, hey, don't send no shit to my house. I'm telling you right now, ain't no packages coming here. She was like, I'm coming into town in the afternoon, but I'm going to have it delivered for the morning time. I said, hey, have it delivered for the next day. Like, do a scheduled pickup. Have it delivered the next day where you can get your own shit. But I'm not doing it. Like, my mama went to jail for intercepting the package, okay? She went to the feds. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's not gonna happen. So the bitch did it anyway. So I left her shit on the lawn. I was like, that's not here. The FedEx guy had took all the things off the truck. I was like, that doesn't belong here. He was like, I said, it's on the other side. She live on the other side. He was like, man, I'm about to have to leave this here. I'm going to call her. Because when he called her, she was like, yeah, you at the right place. Was like, it's a fire hydrant out there. Da 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 da. I'm like, this bitch weird. I just told her don't have no shit delivered. I left her shit on the lawn. I didn't look out the window. I ain't do nothing. I ain't check shit. So when she pulled up, she wanted to fight me. She like, you just left all my shit out here. My kids' stuff is in here. It's not just that. I sent back this much. And you all da 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 da. I was like, girl, you ain't even vacuum seal that shit good. We standing here having a whole fucking argument. I can smell that shit through the motherfucking packages. You fucking weak and dumb. So, cause she an Aquarius. She did what she wanted to do. So after that, I just like kind of cut her off. Like I just cut her off. And then when my son passed away, so I started rolling her away from me. Okay, I wrote her name on a piece of paper and I started rolling her away from me. Bam. Let's turn that over. Okay. That's something that always works. When you write people's name down and you roll them away, like if you had a job and your manager getting on your nerves or whatever the case is, write their name on a piece of paper, roll it away. Never bring the piece of paper close to you. Put it in the trash can. I like to put it in the trash can outside, like the dumpster outside. Okay. I forgot all about that. I just remembered. Okay, it's always worked. If it's not their time to go, it will definitely be your time to go. So pick your battles. Okay. Because you don't want to lose your job. All right, and you don't have nothing else planned. You can also roll things towards you too. Okay, that spell work is really wonderful. Okay, really wonderful. So anywho, so I started writing her name down and I started rolling her ass away from me. I'm like, I don't even want this bitch near me. The crazy part is I'm such a mother, right? She ended up calling me because I had stopped checking on her apartment. Like, I mean, I would look on the camera during the daytime and I'd be like, okay, it's good. She still got furniture in that bitch. But I never went over there. I never went over there. So we in Texas. She called me and she was like, did you know the lights was off? And I'm like, did you pay your light bill? She was like, I thought that I did, but I don't know how long the lights went off. She probably didn't. She's irresponsible, right? She's an Aquarius woman. She's irresponsible. So I'm like, what's the problem? And she was like, she's crying to me, right? She crying. She like, it's just so much stuff going on in my life, and I know you're mad at me, but I have magnets in my refrigerator, and I don't know what to do because, you know, the baby is crawling. Ah, she threw the baby in there. All right. So I go clean out her refrigerator. I go help her clean out her refrigerator. Magnets. Magnets, might I add, okay? I just put my PPE gear on, okay? Working at the hospital, put my PPE gear on and shit. And suit up, boot up. I'm like, fuck it. We gonna clean it out because I don't want my little god baby to touch no magnets and shit. We gonna clean it out. We gonna call the apartment complex and we gonna have them bring you another refrigerator, right? But if you ain't cleaned it out, they asses is gonna try to charge her. So I'm like, we gonna take it out to the back porch. We gonna plug it. We gonna take it out to the patio. And we gonna hose that bitch down. We just gonna run a hose, right? Clean it out. I don't know. I still couldn't get over that she sent those packages to my house. Like, I tried to, but I just couldn't. So we end up stop talking. It ended up turning into something else. Like, we was arguing and bickering about little shit. She had said something that rubbed me the wrong way. She had said that I was over here taking care of my nigga. And I'm like, taking care of my nigga? What you talking about? I don't even pay no bills. What are you talking about? I was like, why would you say that? And we ended up talking about it. She was like, well, I thought you was paying all the bills, because I don't voice that I'm well taken care of. Like, I never thought I had to say that. Like, I don't know. I never thought I had to be out here like, oh yeah, my nigga just take care of me. He do this, he do that. I never thought I needed to do that. That's never been me. Like, but she said it. And then she said, now this is when I got this other karmic online, right? She also, let me go back a little bit. This Aquarius also, she used to send me videos of the girl that was attacking me online, right? And so it was like she that's how they men begin to, they be wanting the world. They want to tell the world everything. I swear. I swear. I swear to God. That's exactly how. No, that ain't how he ended up getting took. They end up getting took because, I don't know. Because they be weak. The men be weak too. I'm going to just leave it there. The men and the women be weak. They all be weak. Even if you tell the world about everything, niggas still shouldn't be going. Cause I sing at the top of my lungs about what my man do for me now, and if he gets took, then he was supposed to be taken. That's just how I go. But and I'd be like, he was weak minded, and she is too. Peas in a pod, right? So I always felt like this particular Aquarius, it was weird. Like she never supported if I wasn't doing spiritual stuff with her, she never supported it. And I have voiced that in us getting into it before. I was like, you never tell nobody. Like I helped her a lot. Right? She bought the cards for me. Yes, she did. But that doesn't put into, what I'm actually saying, and me learning the cards and me channeling my intuition. Like, I literally went to occult college. I went to Spiritual Ascension University. I took tarot through a really good occultist, okay? And I read books and I study. Okay? So nobody can ever take, I don't know what the word is. Like, they could never say, she got this from me. Okay? That's not how it went. I literally only ever got these tarot cards from her, right? That's it. Like, but nobody developed me. I got a tattoo across this stomach right here. What destroyed me is what created me. Okay? My experiences is what created me. Period. Okay? My experiences. So anyway, back to Aquarius. So, with that being said, I got 3 bitches that are Aquariuses that had betrayed me in some form of fashion. And this was over a course of 10 years. Okay? This was over a course of 10 years. My 3 dance partners was over a course of 10 years. No, I didn't. Did I dance for 10 years? I didn't dance for 10 years. I danced for a good while though. Okay? Off and on I danced for a good while, because I danced when I was 18 too. In Detroit. So I got Aquariuses, right? And I used to be like, I do not fuck with Aquariuses, right? I don't fuck with Aquariuses. I don't like an Aquarius. I thought that I knew Aquariuses from the front to the back, from the wooda to the wooda. Like, if you got Aquarius in your chart, that was the first shit. That was the first sign that I hit, was Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay? Those was the first 2 signs that I hit, because it's Saturn energy. So when I started learning Saturn, I started learning Aquarius. I started seeing where their karma is, where their past lives is, where their fuck ups is, where their development happens. And then I married an Aquarius. But to be honest, half of our relationship, I was saying I would never get married. I would never get married. And if I get married, I ain't marrying no Aquarius. I'm gonna marry me a motherfucking Capricorn before I marry an Aquarius, right? Oh, thank God my husband is on the cusp of Aquarius and Capricorn. And he only has that Aquarius sun. Everything else is stellum Scorpio, stellum Sag, baby. Stellum Caps. I'm like, I love his chart. I love his chart. It's so fucking sexy. Even with that fucking Aquarius sun. And then I had an Aquarius sun child. I'm like, who gave me this baby? Where did this baby come from? And me and Jay, our babies are, it was born the same year and they're 2 days apart. Our kids was born the same year. My baby birthday is on the 18th and her baby is on the 20th. Her baby is the Pisces though, and mine is Aquarius. But her baby, in Vedic astrology, her baby is an Aquarius though. We both have an Aquarius. I'm like, damn, that baby gone. That girl gonna fuck her ass up. And she does. She does. She absolutely does. But anyway, so patient forgiveness. Back to the whole reason why I'm telling y'all this story, right? Jade, Safari, and Tasty. Even though I told y'all this story, right? I can be like, I forgive them. Jade, to be honest, like, I do forgive her. I do forgive her. I could see her. I could still pray for her. I could still, you know, I have prayed for her. I really have prayed for her. Probably because we did a lot of spiritual work and we really have a strong past life. A strong past life. And with the development that I went through spiritually, I really understood her. I really understood her. Will I ever have like a friendship or a relationship with her? Not that I can foresee. Now, the crazy part is there's people around me that will be like, if you talk to her, I'm never talking to you again. If you fuck with her, I'm never fucking with you again. Like, based off the shit that she done did to me. You get what I'm saying? That's like, you know, my husband, we don't have the same mind of forgiveness. Okay, I'm working on him. I had to talk to him today. He was saying something wild to me, and I stopped listening. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to tell you something when you get home. When he got home, I didn't chew him out. I just told him, I said, hey, I already told you, it's not me. If it was up to me, I would put you in a fucking cement box and you will never see the daylight of you. Nobody would have to talk to you, baby. If it was up to me, I would not let nobody talk to you. If it was up to me, I bust everybody mousy and that cut you off in traffic, that talk to you crazy, that do not respect you. I'll go to war for you if it was up to me. But it's not up to me. It's up to God. And God is telling me to keep telling you, baby, work on your patience. He was like, I understand. He was like, what I do, though? And then I played it back to him. He was like, damn. He told me, I sent him to one of my religion stores. And in their culture, the women does not touch men. They don't really interact with men or anything like that, right? And so I asked him to go get 2 things for me. Some holy ash and some blessed water, right? I said, when you go in the store, go to your left, go all the way back, go to the left. I know where everything is in this store, right? And I'm like, and then the holy ash is going to be right up under the Ganesh altar. He like, I can't find it. I can't find the shit. I'm like, put me on FaceTime. I'm like, stop walking so fast. It's right there on your left. Okay, got the water. Then the holy ash, it's in a different language. So it looked like this. Okay, on the pack. It looked like this on the pack. Actually, let me show y'all what it looked like. This is not it. But this is a box that come out that store. This is a box of things that come out through the store. So let's say it look like this, right? It look like this. He like, I can't find that shit. I'm like, hey, stop cursing in there. Like, stop using profanity in there. That's like, I said, baby, that's a spiritual store. I was like, is it a lady at the counter? And so he was like, yeah. Now, I also text him the name of it, right? He was like, yeah, it's a lady at the counter. I said, do you see any men in there? He was like, they busy. I was like, damn, I got to send them to the lady. So I'm like, ask the lady if they have this. So she pulled it up on her phone and she was like, is this it? He got me on FaceTime. So I was like, yeah, that's it. She was like, oh, it's on the back row. He was like, why the fuck she ain't come show me where it's at or give it to me? Like, she don't want me to buy it. She don't care if you buy it or not. She don't care if you buy it or not. It's a couple dollars. She don't care. I'm like, I need it. I need it so I could clean our mala beads, right? Let me not put that on the floor. So I'm like, I need it. She don't care if I need it. He like, so he pay her. He pay her in cash. Oh, man, why are you going there with cash? Pay her in cash. She got to give him change back. She put the change on the counter. He get out the store. He get in the car. He called me like, hey, why I gave her the money in her hand and she put the money on the counter? She put my change on the counter. And I still told her ass, have a nice day. I said, baby, they not rude. They, in their culture and their religion, they don't look at men in their eyes and they don't touch them. They're not going to put your money in your hand. It's the same when I go in there with the men. The men put my change on the counter. It doesn't matter. The woman will put my money in my hand. And I had to pay attention to people checking out. And they do that with everybody. It don't matter what your skin color is. It don't matter what, nothing. I think he the second black person that walked in the store. But, because I might be the first. But when I go in there, everybody talks to me. And they, like when I bought this yantra out of there. So when I buy yantras out of there, or I bought these 2 pictures out of there as well too. They talk to me about what I'm purchasing. And we converse about it, and they really educate me. They told me where a lot of temples was. Even the beads that I have, they told me how to go get them blessed, how to, cleanse them properly, what I need to do. They told me how to set up my altar, how to do rituals, all of that. All of that. So they're very helpful. Very, very helpful. And I'm black. Okay, they could clearly see I'm black. Never asked me if I was anything other than black. They just asked me, do I speak the language? And I say no. They be like, all right, we're going to talk in English. They warn me when I buy certain yantras, like, hey, don't do this. Don't do this meditation. Don't do this mantra. Like, you need a guru to do that. You need to be initiated, and it's very dangerous. Like, do you know what you're purchasing? I explain to them what I'm purchasing. They tell me about my business if I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know what I'm talking about, they point me in the direction of the way that I do know what I'm talking about. Very helpful. And I had to chin check his ass. Like, don't be talking about my people in that stuff. I was like, them people is very, he was like, all right. So what was that lesson? I was like, it was a lesson on patience. Aquariuses are very impatient. They so impatient. Air signs in general is impatient. And we gonna throw Capricorn in there too. Capricorn and Cancer. Cancer got a little bit more patience than Capricorn, but definitely. Whew. Is it comfortable, Ace? Ace. All right. So anywho, so patience, forgiveness. Patient forgiveness. So after that, he come home with the water, right? He come home with the water, and he was like, "Where my beads at?" I said, "They haven't came in the mail yet, right? Because we getting them straight from I'm getting some of them from Nepal, Indonesia, and Pakistan." And I was like, they haven't came yet. And he was like, so is that a part of the lesson, being patient? I said, actually, yes. Yes. I was like, but I had to cut him off with what he was saying. I ain't cut him off. Like, I still heard I ain't hear what he said because I can't repeat it. But I know he was still talking mess about her from the time he left the stove to the time he hit this door. But I was reading some holy scriptures. I couldn't let him interrupt me. Oh, you know what? Y'all will see the beads after they get cleansed. They are so fire. They so fire. I felt them boys in the mailbox. Like, they wasn't supposed to come into like May 10th, May 12th or something like that. And I felt them in the mailbox. I was checking online. I'm like, because the shipping is weird. Usually I use like DHL or something like that, but I don't know what type of shipping this was. And I just was like, I'm just going to have that faith that they going to get here. And the shipping was weird. But they were saying that it wouldn't be here for like weeks. Yesterday I was like, I think my bees in the mailbox. He's like, it ain't supposed to be here. Then they said it was going to take weeks. He was like, you anxious. Like how Nas was with that book. Y'all remember when Nas was on here? Like, can I go check the mailbox for my book? Every day in December. But anywho. So today, patient forgiveness was coming up. And I started thinking about this list that Callie had made me make of people in my energy. That was in my energy. Like if they ever did anything to me, if I ever felt any type of way about them, any lingering feelings. And baby, my list be long. My list be long. I got a couple of y'all tarot readers in there. A couple of y'all spiritualists in there. Okay? Right? On the list. It wasn't a hit list. It just was like, I don't like y'all, right? I don't like y'all did something to me, you know? Maybe y'all stole something from me. Maybe y'all lied on me. Maybe, you put a death wish out to me. Maybe you prayed about me too hard, too long. And I'm just like, why? And I'm not doing nothing to y'all. I don't even know half of y'all. Maybe y'all wanted to work with me or I wanted to work with y'all and it just ain't work out. Because I peep game, y'all peep game. Y'all like, yeah, we ain't on the same page. Whatever it was. Your name was on the list. It was on the list. I feel like now I really miss some people on the list, right? But I think that if I start, even my mama was on the list. Okay? This isn't a death wish or a threat or anything like that. It wasn't never nothing like that. I don't do death magic, okay? Everybody got a date that they came in. Everybody got a date that they leave out. I don't do death magic. I never want nobody's career to end. I never want nobody to stop reading tarot. I never want nobody to, stop doing it. I just be wanting y'all to get the fuck up off my shit. Or either, if you ain't gonna get the fuck up off my shit, talk about what the fuck I'm talking about and don't try to switch my motherfucking words up. Right? And make it seem like what I'm saying has exposed some type of karmic to you. Because what I'm saying and have been saying is y'all ancestors are telling y'all to stay on task. Okay? Okay. That plant is getting big as hell. I redid my altars today. Anytime I redo my altars, I'm not doing no reading. I'm not doing no reading, right? I ain't doing no reading. I was supposed to do an ancestor reading this morning. Scratched. I was like, I'm about to take my altars down. Because maybe that's what Jeter, George, or whoever it was. I had first and last names in my dream. First and last names. My husband woke up on some lovey-dovey stuff and that was it, right? He woke up on some lovey-dovey stuff, and that was it. He said he was whispering in my ear. All them names just went out. All I can remember, I just kept playing those names that I had put in my in the community tab. I replayed those over. But it was definitely names with G and J. Okay? And when I say we're not doing no reading, I was talking about at the beginning, right? This man knocked down my altar today and everything fell except Durga. Wow. Wow. She was like, not today, baby. Not today. It's so crazy because it was an accident, but I went crazy. Patient forgiveness. Patient forgiveness. So the ones that I touched on today was like far as studying, right? It was, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all who resides in the form of patient forgiveness. We bow to her. We bow to her. We continue to bow to her. And then the other one that I was looking at is number 26. It says, we bow to the divine goddess existing in all who resides in a form of confusion. But then I started looking up the word confusion, and it was actually error. The original vow says, we bow to the divine goddess that exists in all who exist in a form of error. E-R-R-O-R. And I was like, I literally use these words right here. I wonder what that means, right? And when I went to my good old handy Origins of English language, error actually means to wonder. And I'm like, to wonder? So this word confusion, it throws you off because it's like, oh, I'm gonna confuse my enemy. I'm gonna confuse, that's what I always think. I be thinking about confusion. Like, confuse your enemies. So you can get further, when you're doing something. That's what it is. That's what it is that I be thinking that I be doing. I be thinking that I be confusing those people that be on that list, right? But I still be wondering about their asses. I be wondering if they thinking about me or if I'm thinking about them or what they doing, how they doing it, whatever the case is, right? Not really how they're doing it. Not really how they're doing it. I'm just talking when I say that. But I be thinking, what are they doing to me? I be wondering, what are they doing to me? How? It's all confusion. It's all confusion. But in reality, it's error. Because this is like number 26. That means it's 25 vows before that one that tell you that she exists in all. So even when you derange and all this stuff and you going crazy, the divine goddess is still in you. She also in the person that had the accident too. The person that messed up. The person that, thought that they was going to count you out or whatever the case is. She also in all of that. It's so funny that people be like, oh, you getting used by the devil. But in reality, you be getting used by God. All right, so I'm going to pull a few cards. Thank you so much. Clear. I'm going to pull a few cards and then I'm going to get out of here. And wait. I said I was going to get out of here. Let me go get my iPad real quick so I can read y'all something. And then I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to pull a few cards and then I'm going to get out of here. I love you. Oh, my iPad got 56%. Y'all don't ever go up under my community tab, but me read something I had put on my community tab. Let's put that on Do Not Disturb because I took a whole bunch of selfies today. Look how cute I look. I look so cute. You see that? I look kind of dark there, but I look really cute. When I put it up there, I look dark, but when I'm looking at it like this, I don't look dark. All right, so, oh, John, Doug, Jeter, and Mary. All right. You're talking about patient forgiveness, right? Why you hate me, Albert? What'd I do to you? There you go. All right. Dear spiritual community, God did not give that spiritualist those downloads. A sad attachment did. They're going to be mad I said that too, and I don't care. I'm here to trigger a healer to do better and to move out the way for some real healers and teachers that want to help the community heal. Not just be in people's MF and business and energy. Y'all just in these people's karmic business and ain't teaching shit. Not to mention taking up bad debt and trying to avoid paying your own debts. I don't see no candles, no herbs, no lessons, no healing sessions, or anything. Y'all folks be talking about people's relationships, people's religions, people's spiritual attachments, and people's false awakenings, okay? Tarot readers. Everyone on this platform isn't watching you. That's watching you isn't perfect. And to other people, and it's not always other people that are attacking them. Sometimes you have to teach your community how to take accountability. Okay? Y'all know damn well the people on y'all page are connected with y'all because shared spiritual trauma. If you didn't know, now you know. It might be a deity curse or a past life bond. Y'all keep telling the collective what's going on with them when it's really you. Let's say, for example, right? You're telling the collective what's going on with them. You're like, oh, you're experiencing an upgrade. You're going to be doing this. You're going to be doing that. Somebody is attacking you here. Somebody is attacking you there. Then you get a lot of people in the comments like, yeah, such and such is attacking me. My sister, my brother, my da-da-da-da-da-da. They doing this. They doing spell work. All words are spells. Words are spells. There's a lot of tarot readers out here that is spelling people. Okay? They spelling y'all. It's time that we get that shit together. Okay? People be wondering why I talk about myself so much. I don't know if they wonder that or if I wonder that people think that I talk about myself so much. But at the end of the day, life path number 1, lead by example. Okay? You know damn well y'all are on people's page only connecting because shared trauma or deity curses and past life bonds. Y'all keep telling the collective what's going on with them when it's really you. And for real, their asses. Not the mama, not the spouse, not the sister, not the daddy, not the neighbor. Who's teaching accountability? All right, we must teach accountability, guys. I know some of y'all came on my page for tea about a karmic and get mad when your own ancestors make me serve you truth lemonade. Y'all, please heal and clear your own karma. C.Y.O.K. I'm going with that. C.Y.O.K. Clear your own karma. And stop letting whomever in your energy distract you. And that includes me and what I'm teaching. Especially if you're not supposedly interested right now. I can see y'all on my page. I don't have to go looking for y'all. Y'all ancestor attachment want freedom too. When you're really doing this, it's not just, it's, okay, so look, when you really start doing this, right? I'm going to explain something and then I'm going to skip over this part. So I won't read that. These lessons that I'm teaching, right? One of the lessons that came up, I mean, not lessons, but one of the vows that came up when I was typing this is, I bow to the Divine Mother who exists in all, me and you, right? I bow to the Divine Mother that exists in all, who resides in a form of sleep. There are 3 states of consciousness: awake, sleep, and dreaming. Okay? When you are in a form of sleep, you are basically just unconscious, right? You're just at this quiet state. When I meditate, right? When I meditate, and I'm doing this for the spiritual benefit of all, right? I'm not just like talking, I'm not saying let me change my words. When we meditate and we do this for the spiritual benefit of all, we're on assignment, okay? So it becomes quiet in our mind. And people that are stalking you, and I'm really talking to people that really do meditate. I'm talking to people that chant. I'm talking to people that quiet their mind down. Not the ones that meditate, okay, what is this reading going to be about? Okay, boom, you get something. Not the ones that go to sleep and then you say, okay, show me what's happening. When stuff happens in your sleep and you're dreaming, that's a whole different thing of awareness. You still need to meditate. You need to wake up and meditate on what you dreamed about before you come on here. Clear your own karma. I bow to the divine goddess who resides in the form of sleep. Now to my other healers that are teaching private, but you're on YouTube doing a live reading. You're on Twitter doing a live reading. You're on TikTok doing live readings. But somebody got to pay to take your classes. Does that make sense? You're harvesting energy. What you're doing is you're harvesting energy from the collective, from these readings, and then you taxing people that really want to learn spirituality. So basically you selling other people's energy. I never got that. Okay? I never got that from spirit, that spirituality was supposed to be sold. I never got it. I didn't get it. I know we have to, in order to not to transfer karmic debt, you have to charge for something, but not that. You charge for, like, readings of some sort if a person is supposed to be a teacher at all. But this, we not charging for this. That's why y'all mad at me, because I'm giving away these lessons for free. I get it. Because I'm about to teach tarot for free. Y'all mad? Y'all mad that I'm about to tell people how to read tarot cards? Y'all mad because I'm about to teach people how to do astrology? Y'all mad because I'm about to teach people how to make oils? Y'all mad because I be telling y'all what books to find? Y'all mad because there's going to be other people in the same league as y'all? Y'all mad? Do something else. Because Spirit ain't tell you to be mad. They told you to be glad. Now to my other healers who are teaching private, but on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, reading for free. Y'all are not either teaching anyone for real. You're not teaching anybody. Y'all harvesting energy. Why do people get mad at strangers on YouTube? I don't know. I think you should only be mad at people on YouTube if they blankly do something. I don't even think you should be mad at people. I don't know how to see. Patient forgiveness, Robbie. Patient forgiveness. So you're either lying, which can simply just be fear. People lie out of fear. I don't know, but the Pistons is out of it, so I'm gonna just remove you all the way from my page because the Pistons lost tonight, and I'm mad about that. I'm mad. So y'all either doing it for money, clout, fame, and then you're hopping online, acting like and lying that you do not care about certain attachments to this modern world, right? Either way, fix your spiritual brokenness. Please, brokey, please. Fix your spiritual brokenness. Because we are going to keep teaching no matter how y'all promote. How much y'all promote me. Okay? How much y'all promote the people. Y'all like, oh, this person is doing this person is doing that. Guess what? All you doing is promoting them. I had to learn that. Patient forgiveness. I had to learn that. I had to learn that the more that I called this karmic out, the more I was promoting her name. They're like, oh, well, let me go over there. And she got spells all over her shit. Okay? I'm not saying that because I'm jealous or anything like that. I just know a spell when I see a spell. I do spell work. I know a spell when I see a spell. Okay? I already showed y'all the attachment in a video. Because I keep teaching no matter how much I'm going to keep teaching no matter how y'all promote, view, or judge my faith in gods, deities, and the divine. They hear y'all. They see y'all. If it is for me to continue to see y'all, then y'all will be seen. I'm not going to hide because I'm not going to hide what I'm saying. If you don't want me in your energy, down your timeline, or reading you to the gods, then log off. Because you're about to get even more upset. If you can't stop searching for someone, if you can't stop searching for someone's teaching, then maybe God keep leading you here. Okay? If you can't hide me on your timeline enough, maybe God keep leading you here. Oh, but guess what? If you still can't, then maybe the deities are calling you to learn from me this lifetime and join the Jupiter occult. Okay? And learn this level of secrecy and what true ascension feels like. Because right now, I know you guys want to hate me, right? Y'all want to hate me. Y'all come on my page. Y'all comment crazy stuff. Y'all just get blocked, right? All of those are different things. Spells, voodoo, hoodoo, Wiccan, all of those. Those are all different things. One is even a religion. Maybe it's the money that you're allowing to block your assignment from God. But does it make sense? Because when you hate somebody and you're steady on here talking about them and readings and all that stuff, you're allowing somebody to literally block your ascension, your patient forgiveness, right? I do the work of the divine, of God. I'm doing some Durga lessons, my Durga lessons right now. That's Hinduism. Mantras. Does any of it make sense? Light beings. I don't need to work with you physically in order for us to work together. I just need y'all to stop it. What's a DV card? What's DV cards? You know what a DV is? I mean, you wrote that. Do you know what that is? I just want to know. Like, Gary, do you know what that is? You literally typed that on you sat there and you typed that. So I just want to know. Right. That's exactly what I thought you was talking about. So we're going to hide you from my channel. No, I don't work with the devil at all. I said divine. And if you can't hear, you damn sure can't be here because I talk. So you damn sure can't hear. You know, anybody that hear anything dark on this channel, you don't need to be here either, because it ain't nothing of the darkness here, okay? We deal with deities. Deities. And when I'm talking about deities, I'm talking about, I'm a devotee of Kali Ma. I'm a devotee of Ma Durga, Tara, Sri Sai, Vishnu, Krishna, Shiva, the divine. I bow to the divine goddess who resides in all of us. All right, so I'm sending truth, love, enlightenment of the Most High to continue to guide us, so you believe in all gods. Yes, I believe in all gods. I believe that God exists. You as well too, Keelan. I hope I pronounced your name right. All right, bow to Sri Saeed. May peace be with all. Bow to Ma Durga and Jama Kali. So, our Durga lessons. Oh yeah, I do. I believe he said I'm not trying to troll. Oh, you butchered it, but it's all good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I found this StreamYard. What I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna go live on StreamYard. And like, if people actually want to come on and talk and say something or have questions, I'm gonna go live on there, so that way I can just like pull them on and they can say something, and it'll be like a split screen. I used to watch what's my guy name? Flight Boss. I used to watch Flight Boss, and that's how he used to do it. When he would be breaking down astrology, I love Flight Boss, dog. I love him. That's a Aries. Ooh, he would have been so mad I called his ass an Aquarius. He was like, I haven't watched him in a couple years. It's been a couple years, but I learned astrology from him as well too. I'm just listening. No, I don't even know what that word means, but I'm just gonna think it's malicious. I'm gonna think the word means something like no malicious intentions. I'm not an English major, but anywho, so I'm gonna throw some cards out there. I do tarot. I do dowser rods. I do what the divine calls me. Okay, good. Same difference. I do what the divine calls me to do. And the divine exists in all. So I'm not going to let anybody disrespect any spiritual tools. None whatsoever. Y'all be so surprised that at the spiritual tools that people are using. Not just people, but like, you know, like high vibrational people. People that really is making something of their name. I know this is the Kali Yuga age, right? Where we are so far from religion, okay? And that's what they want us to do. That's what the order is to be so far from our soul purpose, our soul in general. I'm not a religious person, but I am a very spiritual person. And the Kali Yuga age that we're in is trying to pull us so far away from our soul purpose that it's telling us that this is demonic. It's only demonic if you channel demonic energy. This is demonic. This yantra right here. Do you believe saints have a place in spirituality? I believe that. Okay. Do I like them? Let me not say I don't like them. Right. I believe that it has to be a balance. Right? Everything can't be all good. Everything can't be all bad. Right? It has to be a balance. I don't know anything about them to speak on them. Like, I really don't. I don't practice anything demonology, demonic, or anything. I don't read any demonic books. I don't practice anything demonic because I just don't. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help the collective either. It doesn't help me to tell y'all to go practice demonology so y'all can learn how to fight these battles. I'm telling you, you could win with being devoted to God. Gods with an S at the, with Superman at the end of that. Okay? Like, Shiva is a destroyer. Like, you know, Vishnu, Kaliman. Okay? Kaliman. Oh, wait. Pause. Let me go back to Durga, because we could just talk Durga real quick, right? Since I'm doing Durga lessons. The last two demons that's written about that Durga slaying, their names literally translate to the ego, right? It's the I and it's the my. Okay? So, you know, I just really believe that we can fight all battles using God's energy. Sanctus doesn't mean demonic entirely. But if it even have a little bit of demonic in it, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it at all. It's not my life path this time. So I'm not gonna go read it, study it. It's not me. It's not my path. I don't have no demonic cards. You know what's crazy? Like the very interesting. I think I just seen a fly or a bug or something. Right. I rebuke it in the name of the gods. Okay. I have this deck. Aleister Crowley, right? I have an Aleister Crowley deck. And a lot of people will say that it is a they be like, that's a I don't know what they say, but they say a lot of things about that deck, right? But when I this is the deck. This is the deck. And this particular deck, people say a lot of stuff about this deck. Aleister Crowley, they talk about him in a negative way. Right? I don't want to say negative, in a dark way, right? And these cards are so powerful that I only pulled them out for myself. Like, I'm a powerful being. Thank you so much, Divine. All right. I maybe in my past life, I don't know. But once a year, at the beginning of the year, okay, I do a reading on myself with these cards. And then I never bring them out. Like, y'all see how new they look? I've had them for years now. And I never bring them out for real. But these are some powerful cards. But people say a lot of dark stuff about these cards too. But I say they don't know no better. Not to challenge your beliefs, but do you think that Jesus or God has evil ways? Define the word evil for me. Such as if you don't believe or repent to him, then he'll damn you to hell. No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. And Jesus and God is two different beings. Jesus is Jesus. Jesus is the deity. Yeah, Jesus is a deity, and God is a multiverse. God is, I don't know which God you're talking about when you say God. Jesus is not God. I already said that. But thank you for chiming in. Jesus is not God, but Jesus is a deity. Jesus is a reincarnation. Jesus did is this. Jesus did is this. We're not gonna debate about that, but I'm not a Bible beating Christian either, but Jesus absolutely did exist. That's like saying that Calimán didn't exist. Why was Jesus born before Mother Mary? Is that what it said? That Jesus was born before Mother Mary? Because, I mean, which Mary are you talking about? That's very interesting that I actually had a dream about a Mary last night. Like, Mary was the last name. I don't need to Google it. I just asked you. So you came on here, you said something. So clarify it. Which Mary are you talking about? There's a lot of Marys. The Mary that I dreamed about, I'm sure she came. I'm sure she came after Jesus, but they created a Jesus. Oh, okay, you just kind of slow. We're gonna put you in timeout for 24 hours. You can come back another day. You can come back another day. You just kind of slow. So anywho, no, I don't. Like, morally corrupt is what I mean by evil. Okay, so let me define hell for you real quick, okay, right? Hell is a mindset. If you read other passages besides just the Bible, right? Like, let's say that you read the Vishnu Purana, right? Or you read Brahma's Purana, right? Or you read the Mahdevi Purana. These are holy scriptures, by the way, too, right? There is different levels to hell. And I talked about this before. I actually just talked about this in my last live. So here we are on the earth realm, right? We're here on earth. There's 7 levels below us. And then there's 7 levels above us, right? And I'm just being very broad here when I'm talking about this because I'm not an expert. So when you do something that's morally corrupt, so like 7 levels of hell. No, not hell. Hell is a mindset. Morally corrupt. Let's talk about morally corrupt, right? Because we all have a duty. People gonna be mad that I say this, y'all, but I'm having a conversation. We all have a duty, okay? And your duty is if your neighbor, this is in the Bible Gita too, right? Actually, you know what? Let me take that one back. I'm gonna unhide you, but if you say something that's crazy, I'm gonna hide you. Okay, doctor person. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm all right. So clear. All right. Morally corrupt in the Bible Gita. All right, that's another scripture, right? That's another holy thing. Hopefully you don't think I'm trying to be no. I don't think you're being disrespectful at all. This is lessons. People are gonna watch this, okay? Trust me. People are gonna come watch this. They're gonna ask questions. They're gonna say something. They're gonna want to correct me. And I'm not a person that I'm a Scorpio Sagittarius, Saturn here, and Mercury. I love this right here. So the Bible Gita says that if somebody yields a sword at you, you should yield the sword back to them. We all are reincarnated to do a job, right? We're all reincarnated to do a job. So if my enemy points the sword at me, I don't have to not point a sword back at them. If it is in my destiny to fight them back, like a soldier in the army, they have a job, they have a duty to protect the country, right? They're just doing their duty. Do I think those people that fight in the army, that go to war, they drop bombs on us, are we not supposed to, I don't want to say retaliate, right? Not retaliate, but are we not supposed to defend ourselves? Think about that. So it's a defense. So when that happens and you're doing your job, right? When you're doing your job, you don't go to you don't really necessarily go to hell for that. Now, crazy thing is, right? Crazy thing is, hell is a mindset. You could go to hell from it because you be so filled with regret. And then now let me take it back to religion, right? When you study the wrong religion, when you, let's say you were Christian, you grew up Christian, right? And all while you was, I don't want to use Christian. Let me not use Christian. I'm going to use Jehovah Witness, right? I'm going to use a Jehovah Witness. You grew up Jehovah Witness. Your mama raised you to be a Jehovah Witness. You living by the word, by the code. But then you get with this man and he a Muslim, right? He got his own code. Almost the same. Kind of have some of the same tendencies and all that stuff. Got the law that they abide by, but they really different, right? When it comes to certain beliefs. In your mind, you still practicing Jehovah Witnessing, right? You still a Jehovah Witness. But your heart and soul is supposed to be a Muslim. You're going to drive yourself into a hell. You're going to put yourself in hell by practicing the wrong religion. Now, let's say, for example, we got these people that practice, I don't even really want to use voodoo, but I'm going to use voodoo, right? You got people that practice voodoo. They be like, oh, I'm this descent, that descent, whatever the case is, or hoodoo. Hoodoo isn't a religion. Hoodoo is a practice. Just the FYI, guys. Hoodoo is a practice. It's not a religion. But let's say they practice voodoo, voodoo, right? They practicing it. Them deities eating their ass alive, okay? Because they ain't supposed to be practicing it. Voodoo is a very sacred religion. So then you start getting, I don't want to say attacked by the deities, but they not welcoming. You get what I'm saying? They're not welcoming. And I don't want to use attack because they're just very protective. Voodoo deities, Orishas, and Ifa, and Santeria, and Palo, they're very protective over their, and Catholic, those deities as well too. They're very protective. So then you start practicing these practices and it's not really for you. That's hell. Purgatory is really what we're talking about here when you ask me, you know, where they're going. If they're not welcome, then why do people practice it? Because they don't know better. You only know you don't like something until you try it. You get what I'm saying? I don't like peas, but I ain't just look at the pea and be like, I don't like peas. I do like peas, but I ain't just look at the peas and be like, I don't like peas. I don't like them because they round. I do not like eggs. I do not like green eggs and ham, Sam. That's what Dr. Seuss taught us. We don't know that we don't like something until we try it. It's as easy as that. So people, if they're not welcome, then why do people practice it? It's not even welcome. They don't, I didn't say they wasn't welcome. Well, I did say they wasn't welcome. They don't know they ain't welcome until they try it. And then those type of even Catholicism, you gotta go to church. You gonna know you ain't welcome once you go in there and you realize that the archangels is like, people use archangels as a clutch. They use Oshun, Yibiya, Papa Legba, Legba, as a clutch. They use them as a clutch. It's the Kali Yuga age where we are so far from religion that we did took religious deities and put them into spirituality. What religion do you believe you fit in? What religion do you believe you fit in? All of them. I fit in all of them. This lifetime. What religion do I practice? Is that what you want to know? I don't practice a religion. No, finish what you were saying. Oh, yeah, purgatory. So, purgatory, right? So, when we do something that is morally wrong, we go to purgatory. We go to a purgatory for a certain amount of time, and then you're reincarnated. I believe in reincarnation. Straight up. Reincarnation. I know that, you know, based off my readings from the stuff that I have read from thousands of years ago before you, I, and all of us was here, is that one thing is sure is life and death. You die, you get, you know, if you did something morally wrong, you go to purgatory. And purgatory is different levels. If you did something wrong, if you did something right, you ascend and you come back and you have a better birth. Okay, so let's say, I'm gonna give y'all two examples, right? Let's say I murdered somebody in the past life. I'm gonna use myself as an example. I'm gonna tell y'all one of the things. So no heaven or hell, just transportation of the soul. Absolutely, it is. Yes, kinda. Those places aren't called heaven and hell. Heaven is a mindset. Hell is a mindset. Those are mindsets that you're saying. Yeah. So I'm gonna give y'all an example, right? I'm on a certain number of lifetimes, right? I've been reincarnated and, you know, reborn here. But I experienced below purgatory, and I have experienced above. Okay? I can't remember what above is called. I can only remember purgatory because in my most recent, not my most recent death, right? Not the most recent death, but yeah, but we gotta change our language. We gotta change our language so certain words will stop being universal and people can remember how to be in a certain mindset. Grief is hell. Y'all ever lost anybody? That's hell. Okay, so I remember a lifetime where I did something morally bad, right? I unalived somebody. I was hateful, right? Super hateful. Super hateful. And I ain't give a fuck about nobody. You could go. You could die. You could be gone, right? So let's just say I was a killer out here, right? I was a drug dealer. I was a killer. I was really manipulative, okay? Fucking people up left and right. I don't give a fuck, right? Just imagine one of y'all little movies that y'all watch, okay? That was me. I die. I die in a car accident, right? I die in a car accident. When I die in this car accident, I'm born where crows are pecking at my body. I die in a car accident. Nobody know that I died in this car accident. So my body is on the ground somewhere, right? In the woods, in a really remote area, and it's birds just pecking at me. And I stayed there until somebody found my body. And it was years before people found my body. But I can still remember the birds pecking at me, right? Bam, I'm reborn into this life right here, right? This is not my most recent lifetime either, right? I'm reborn into this lifetime. I don't eat birds. I don't got a fucking feather pillow. I don't fuck with birds. I never ate chicken in my life. I don't give a fuck if people be like, bitch, you're black. Y'all can ask my husband. Y'all can ask my kids. Y'all can ask anybody. I don't fuck with birds. So why does crows symbolize something? I don't know what crows, you know what? Let's see what crows symbolize. Do I have anything in here to tell me what a crow symbolize? Let me get a book. Hold on a second. This is just a dream book I have. Let me see if crows are in here. Let's see what the fuck a crow is. Oh, I got my iPad and it's a little charge. Let's see. Yes, the stereotype has to stop because I've never ate chicken. And when I tell people that, they be like, but you black. I be like, and so is my mama and my daddy too. Still don't change nothing. My family has tried to. My husband was like, I give you $500 if you eat this piece of chicken. I said, I can't. You give me a couple thousand. I might bite it, but I cannot bring. Like, even when people be like, you know, I was like, I must have went to a chicken farm when I was younger and seen the chicken, you know, get his head broke or something like that. But I can't. And when I had went to Haiti, okay, so sidebar. When I went to Haiti, so the spirits, do I want to talk about this? So the spirits take over your body and stuff, right? No, I'm a Picatarian. I eat what I want. But I don't eat cows. I don't eat anything. I just am living. I'm a Picatarian. When I went to Haiti, the spirits feed you stuff, right? And I remember Kuzenzaka. We was at the Kuzenzaka festival, right? And it's wild business. And they had, the spirit comes up to me and he wants to feed me chicken. And then he took it back. And he was like, he looked at me like this. And he goes somewhere, then he comes back with something completely different. Not a chicken though. I was like, I'll eat that. But you know, you don't be, when that happens, when spirit comes and feeds you something, you in a different culture, all that going on, you don't be like, oh, I don't eat meat, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. They never asked us what we ate and what we didn't eat. The group that I went to Haiti with, they was vegetarians, so it was never discussed what we ate and what we really didn't eat. She was like, y'all gonna eat what I eat, okay? And we was eating good. They had enough food for me to be a Picatarian. But, and I survived off of coleslaw and some other shit. I don't know what, and noodles or something. I don't know what I survived off of. But let's see what crows symbolize. Okay, so it says crows are associated with death due to their scavenging behavior and frequently seen near the battlefield. They carry the souls to afterlife and act as messengers of death. Well, I can see that. And it says that they are guardians of the souls and they may be seen as spirits or impending death. Crows are seen as spirits of the dead and messengers of the afterlife. I don't know. It's just too deep for me. I don't even really want to look this up. I don't even like crows. I mean, I can't say I don't like crows, but I have a very close relationship with death. I'm a medium too. So, sidebar, crows are extremely intelligent. They are. And intelligent as intelligent. No, they actually are very intelligent, but I don't, like I said, my body was picked at by crows. And so, and I just crows either, just like birds in general, because after the crows ate other birds. So that was a form of hell. You know, that was something that happened. So when you do something, that's why everything has to have a balance. Everything is karmic. Everything is karmic. So because of what I had did to other people's families, right? I had to suffer. So then I come back, not this lifetime. So I carry you, all our births are tied, all our births and our deaths are tied into one big soul, right? And our job is to get closer and closer to divine and closer to the creator, right? Back to our original state. Some of us be so far gone. Okay, we be so far gone. But our job is to get back to our original state, right? And so I've heard the universal egg idea before. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what that is. But so that's what the job is. So we carry our death and our life together, right? So in that particular life, that was that. Well, when I was reborn again, I have a lifetime where I was reborn and I was real simple. I was simple. I have a lifetime where I predicted the weather in, weird weather too. And I think that was like in the 1800s. So let me we're not gonna entertain the age of 7 years old. We're gonna erase that one. And we're gonna erase that one. Got y'all. Listen, animals being reborn as an animal as well too, right? Eventually you'll get a human birth. It's actually it's a blessing to be born as a human. But in some lifetimes we do have to be born as animals. Like that's in the Guru Trulista. I shared that up under my I shared that up under my community tab that, you know, sometimes you are born as animals. Like animals have souls too. They have a mind. That's why they're able to be obedient. That's why they're able to be vicious. That's why they're able to hunt. Okay. What I just read something and it said that it was one animal. I can't remember. They was like they hold grudges for up to 7 to 14 years. And I'm like, really? I think it was a damn bird. A vulture. I think. It said that they hold grudges. And I was like, I can believe that shit too. Ravens. There we go. Ravens. Which is crazy. It's a girl named Raven that's got a grudge on me right now. Oh, that's very funny. Elephants. I believe it. Even like our animals and stuff, like I believe that your animals come back to you, you know, in lifetimes and stuff like that. No crows. They even teach their young to hold a certain grudge on you. All of it. You see what I'm saying? Crows, animals. And what's crazy is, let me tell you how they could be holding a grudge. Every time I'm driving a particular car, my car gets covered in bird shit. And I'm like, really? Like, really? It doesn't matter. Like, only this one particular car, it gets covered in bird shit. And I'm like, I'm not even parking them under a fucking tree. Why? So, I don't know. I was like, they got a grudge. They're finding me. They're finding me. So anyway, so yeah, that's what I believe in about life and death. I believe that we just, you know, we transition up out of here. We come back and our job is to get closer and closer to divine. I believe that there are many gods. And I hope that y'all start to believe that there are many gods that we can work with in order to free ourselves from certain mindsets of heaven and hell. Okay? So, any more questions? I don't think so. Are there any more questions? I'm going to put these cards up, though. I don't even want them on the desk because I don't want them to end up being out. Everything has energy, too. Everything has energy. That's why these tools, the incense, the incense, the cards, the dowser rods, the oils, all of these are tools. God gave us all of these tools so that we can work with, and however way we are able to communicate and raise our vibration and raise our intuition is super important. And you got to do it yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. People can show you, but nobody else can do it for you. All right, so, all right, dear Divine, please bless and charge me with the energy to bring a balance to my complete being. Please block out any interruptions, any malicious intent sent to harm me or the collective. Give me 2 cards on... 2 cards. Thank you. Surrender fear and surrender your fear. Intimacy and surrender fear. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any pattern that stops you from opening your heart. Let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment and focus on the solution and celebrate every baby step forward. You got socks on your feet? That's wild business. It's cold in here. Alright, so surrender your fear. Intimacy came out with the Empress card. Somebody could be getting a upgrade in their vibration. Not only in their vibration, but maybe in their relationships as well. Their relationship with others and how they look at others, how they feel about themselves. Something is definitely being nurtured. What's surrender fear? Somebody could be an Aries, a March Aries at that too. Or something could have happened in the month of March. All right, surrender fear. This could be about religion, meditation, and a mindset. Okay, you have the 4 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Pentacles. This could be, when it comes to surrendering your fear, we're talking a lot about, you know, religion, about church and stuff like that. Someone could have given a lot of money to a particular church or pantheon or something. And they feel stuck in a particular mindset. 4 of Swords in reverse is, it should be meditation and rest, but now it's time for you to awaken. Somebody could have a Scorpio in the 5th house. I see you, little baby, and I bet you don't even have any socks on your feet. What's 5 of Pentacles with the 4 of Swords in reverse? 5 of Pentacles with the Sword of Swords in reverse. Good morning. The 3 of Cups and the King of Swords. If you have so Aquarius North Node, which would make it a Leo South Node. So the Leo South Node energy is really like kind of holding you back. Okay. Oh, yeah. The Strength card at the bottom of the deck. There go that Leo energy right there. So the King of Swords, there's a strong Aquarius, not only in the energy, but this is also like North Node energy. Like Divine really wants to move you into your purpose, your soul purpose. Your soul purpose could have a lot to do with religion. Okay, the Leo energy, that's 5th house energy. I told y'all that's where religion is. That's where saints is. That's where spirituality is. That's also where children is. So, maybe you feel like, okay, I'm going to be a child in a certain aspect when I should be a king. But all kings have to go back to school. They have to learn. They have to continue to learn. They have to know what's going on around them. Somebody could be going back to church. Or back to a, I don't even want to say church. Church is a broad word I'm using here right now. A group. A gathering of multiple two or more people, okay? A gathering of two or more people. But this isn't, I'm not getting like an occult or anything like that. I'm really getting, and when I'm saying occult, y'all don't, yeah, remember I talked to you, I said we got to change the words, the mindset, all right? Occult is something that's done in secrecy, all right? So you could be gathering and meeting with people about things that's just not spoken out loud with normal everyday people. And you like, you know what? I fucks with this group of people. Okay? These group of people fucks with me. They sound like me. They're talking like me. They moving like me. They have the same mindset as me. You get what I'm saying? They have the same thinking. Thinking as me as well too. Coming out for the code, this group of people could actually be helping you open up your finances as well too. What's that Five of Pentacles? What's that Five of Pentacles energy? Okay? Somebody's throat chakra could be opening up. The Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is your throat chakra opening up. But there's still some tendency to not want to create. Like, oh, I don't want to give. Don't put all, I just heard like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's what Spirit is kind of telling you. That's what you think Spirit is telling you. Let me say that. That's what you think Spirit is telling you. But it says surrender fear. Let go of fearful stories that you are telling yourself. So you think that Spirit is telling you don't put all your eggs in one basket. Right? If you are an Aquarius North Node, right? You have a Leo South Node. Cancer. You have a strong Cancer placement as well, too. But if you are Aquarius North Node and you have a Leo South Node, you could be somebody that practice spirituality, but then you have a religion. That's what it is. You have a religion that you're like kind of dedicated to. I don't want to even say dedicated, because in your mind's eye is something that you just know. You just know. You like, yeah, I'm a Catholic. Yeah, I'm a Catholic. But you got this strong spiritual practice over here. Okay? You got this strong spiritual practice. Yeah, the Six of Wands is here. The Six of Wands that's here. There's people that support you, but there's something that's hidden behind that Six of Wands. What's hidden behind that Six of Wands? Thank you. Look at that. The 9, the 10, and the fucking Five of Wands. So this is a lot of fucking wands. This is a lot of burdens that you're holding on to. This could be, we got the 5. This could be past life. We got the 10. That's half of that. This could just be the burdens of other people. This could be injuries, past things that have happened to you. Wands energy is very much so fast, right? You've had success in the past. Don't let me find out that you are the drummer at the church and you like, you know what? I don't want to stop being a drummer because it's very active, or you play the piano at church or whatever the case is, but then you have this whole spiritual practice, right? I told y'all it was something hidden behind this Six of Wands. These people only support you because of what you do for them. They only support you because of what you do for them, but you're actually not happy where you are, or you're missing something. You're missing something, okay? You're missing something. What is it that you're missing? Focus on the solution and celebrate every baby step. What is it that you feel that you're missing out on? It's the Ace of Wands that you're missing out. That's crazy. So you got all this fucking wand shit, but then you got the Ace of Wands. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're not... Okay, first of all, this is fire energy. So this is... I mean, let's talk clear here. Page of Wands at the bottom of the day. Thank you so much, Divine, okay, for clarity on that. This is Wands energy, right? You got Aries, Leo, Sag. This is fire energy, right? So Aries, Leo, Sag are very spiritual signs, right? They're very spiritual signs. You have the beginning, the ancestor, and the saints. Okay? Sagittarius are closest to the ancestors. They're the zodiac that's closest to the ancestors. I don't care what nobody else say. If you want to connect with your ancestors, find you a Sagittarius. Okay? They're the oldest of the zodiacs, which means that even though you think you've been here 20 times, I've been here 108 times, okay? They're the oldest of the zodiacs, right? So, find you a Sagittarius. If you want to learn a mantra, or you want to learn about, like you want to study a saints, Saint Expedite, okay? Saint Bernard, Saint Michael, Saint whomever. Find you a Leo. They gonna tell you where the closest church at. They know where the church is at. Okay? A Leo know where the church is at. Right? You like 2 seconds away from getting hidden off my page. I don't care about people being here. Now, if you want to know everything else, right? You want to know everything else. Find you an Aries. Everything else. You want to know where Guru at. You want to know where the class is at. You want to know where the spiritual parties is at. Find you an Aries. Okay? So, no. So with this energy right here, right? This person has strong fire energy, right? They have strong fire energy, but it's in a hidden place. It's in a hidden place. But somebody recognize it with the 6 of Wands here, right? Somebody recognize it. It's all these people that's in the background, and then they're carrying the load. Okay, they're like, you know what? I'm gonna take all this on this high horse. I'm gonna help this person. I'm gonna help this person. I'm gonna help this person. But they're not happy. Okay, they're not happy. You got the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. They doing everything for everybody else. They're not happy. Whoever this is in this energy. That's why I said surrender fear. You scared to move on because you carrying everybody else's load. And you've been very successful at hiding it. You've been very successful at carrying everybody's shit. And it's okay. It's okay. But it's time to wake up. You're the King of Swords. It's time for you to come out from behind, from inside of this right here. Okay? They blocking your finances. They blocking, you know, not just your finances, but your creativity. Thank you so much, Divine. Surrender your fear, your creativity. Mars is activated in your chart. Mars and Jupiter is activated in your chart. Check out y'all charts and see where y'all have Mars and Jupiter at, and start doing mantras for those planets. Okay, mantras are sound meditations, healings, and all that other good stuff. Okay, the High Priestess. I'm taking that upright. I'm taking it upright. I'm going to leave it over there, and I'm taking it upright. High Priestess. High Priestess in reverse means that you're supposed to be a spiritual teacher, and you're not teaching shit. Okay? You're not teaching shit. I'm taking it upright because I believe that you're going to do the work. All right? What's the High Priestess? Thank you so much, Divine. Look at that. The King of Wands. What'd I say? What'd I say? Mars is activated in your chart. This is Leo energy right here. This is where the teacher's at. I told y'all want to learn something. They know where the church at. They know where the school at. They know where you're supposed to be. Okay? This is where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be this spiritual teacher. Okay? You didn't find me by accident. You ain't find me by accident. I'm here to teach you how to be a spiritual teacher. I don't know everything, but guess what? I got all them. I got a shit ton of fire energy, and I'm about to tell you where all that shit at. Y'all want a guru? I'm going to tell y'all where to find one at. Which kind of guru you want? What kind of guru you want? Where you want to go? I got a friend that sells diamonds in Pakistan. Like, which one you want? Like, who you want? You want to go to Pakistan? You want to go to Iran? You want to go to Iraq? You want to stay here in the United States? And guess what? It don't cost an arm and a leg. You don't have to pay me anything. I'm going to point you in the direction of it. Y'all don't pay me anything. Okay? I don't get paid to do this. All right? The High Priestess with the King of Wands. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much. The Temperance in reverse. You have to balance this energy out. The Three of Wands. In order to balance this energy out, you need to go outside of the box. You need to go. You gotta travel outside of your comfort zone. Okay, Three of Wands out here. You're gonna have to travel outside your comfort zone. All right. I'm gonna read on this energy here, clear. I'm gonna read on this Empress energy. It says fear. Surrender your fear of intimacy. It says you are ready to let love in. Any patterns that's stopping you from opening your heart, it's time to release those. And in order to find this person that you're looking for, you're going to have to release certain things. Thank you so much. What is hidden in the energy behind this intimacy, this fear of intimacy? Daydreaming in reverse. Somebody lost somebody. They could have lost it. This could be okay. This could have been a death, or this could be, I don't know. I just got grief though. I just got grief. And I just feel like you may feel as if the person that you're missing, you will never get them back. You'll never get them back. I want to be more than friends in reverse. And then runner. This could be, I don't. Y'all kind of new on here. I got a different idea about twin flames and stuff too. Oh, Wally. You're going in a 30-minute timeout. Anybody that gets on my nerves, I put them in timeout. So you can come back another day, okay? Just remember me if you want to come back. But you getting on my nerves, though. All right, so clear. Daydreaming and then running. This person, clear. This person that you're missing and that you're longing for or whatnot, I feel as if you probably said something. I don't know why, like Lauren London just came in my mind's eye too. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody lost somebody in a tragic sudden death or something like that, and you're scared to move on. Not scared, but you just don't want to move on. You like, nobody else is for me or something like that. I'm picking on somebody. I'm picking up on somebody that has totally transitioned out of here. Irreceptible. Okay? And it says, our love is always there despite the distance. Okay, so this is definitely somebody that is at a strong distance from you. Black cards. Let me get a different deck of cards. This is black cards. I just know these ain't the cards, but I'm gonna use them. Black. 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. 99 could be significant. The year 99 or 19. Yeah, I said 1999. 99 could be significant. Y'all, I literally just almost fell out my chair. Thank God I ain't hit the floor. Don't laugh at me either. Oh. Oh. Are y'all laughing? Don't laugh. I was trying to reach my angel book on the couch, and I guess I can't lean over like that, okay? I got a new carpet up under here. It's so crazy. Let me look at what 99 is, okay? Don't laugh at me. I'm laughing at myself. Oh. Y'all can laugh. Oh. So embarrassing. Okay, 99 carries the frequency of evolution. It connects the energy of 2 nines to keep the 9 energy. 2 nines to keep the 9 energy. The angel number is here to let you know that it is time to bloom and evolve into something new. You have completed an assignment and you are being rewarded and reminded that you are in the energy of creating anything you desire, as long as you believe you put in the effort. Okay? So as long as you believe and you put in the effort, you can create anything that you desire. So there's an angel, a spirit guide or angel that's kind of giving you, hi Amazing Grace, hey babe, that's giving you the they're giving you like the go ahead and tell you that even though y'all are at a distance, that you know y'all are not physically together, nothing can separate y'all. So they're telling you, like, you know, carry their energy on with you to create. The 4 of Cups in reverse. So Cancer Moon. What's this 4 of Cups in reverse? The three of Wands in reverse. Aries Sun. Cancer Moon, Aries Sun. So this could be a Aries and a Cancer. Somebody really just doesn't want to like move on. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't want to move on from grief. There is, it's sad around here. Surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. I really feel like you are saying, no, I'm not ready to let love in. I'm not ready to receive love. I'm not ready to love another person. I just got like, somebody could be in a routine. Like let's say for example that you were in a relationship, you lost somebody, but y'all used to get up every Saturday morning and go to the car wash, right? Every Saturday y'all going to the car wash. You're still doing this every Saturday morning. You're still getting up, you going to the car wash, maybe you go have breakfast by yourself. People come up, they talk to you, you like, no, it's okay. So you're doing it and you're acting like you're still doing it with this person. You get what I'm saying? Like you're still having intimate moments with this person. Which now you're operating totally out of grief. It's like I can't get over it. I can't get over it. You've also gotten opportunities to move. You could even be, I just heard you could still be calling a telephone number. You can still be calling a telephone number of the person. Clear? What's the 3 of Wands with the 4 of Cups in reverse? What's the 3 of Wands with the 4 of Cups in reverse? Thank you so much, Divine. Cup of coffee. Not today. Y'all see that telephone? And talking. You got to move on from this, baby. You got to move on from this. They're really giving a message like, you know, this number is going to end up being disconnected. You're not going to be able to reach them that way. Okay. So there's definitely, with you being the Empress was the first card that came out. You have a spiritual connection to the divine. You get what I'm saying? To souls. You understand that souls never die. Okay. You understand that. I've explained that to you. You ain't just hear it from me. You actually heard it from divine too. And they said, they said you'll still be able to connect with us, but this telephone number is going to be disconnected that you keep calling. It's going to end up being disconnected. I feel like their family is also moving on too. All right, what's not today is talking in coffee cup. They could be wanting you to set up an altar or whatnot of them. You're not interested in doing that. You don't probably even know what the altar, like, I don't want to say you don't know what the altar is, but this is just not, oh my goodness, I just seen somebody. That was very weird. I literally just felt like I seen somebody walk past and they didn't. A light skin, like a light skinned man. He's very light skinned. Tall too. Thank you so much, Divine. A boat. And it says, receiving what you need, progress, arriving and moving on, and closure issues. What's closure issues with that? Girl talk, okay? So I really feel like somebody's family member, could be their sister or their mom, that could be like moving on. Okay, clear. I know where that message is coming from. Thank you so much. No, we ain't got to clear it. You know what? We ain't got to clear it. Oh, we ain't got to clear that. All right, what's girl talk with boat? All right, somebody was promised to go. Somebody was promised to go on a cruise ship or something. And maybe he said yes. Maybe this trip never happened. Not even just a cruise ship, but a trip across the water. What's boat with girl talk? Mirror. Thank you so much, Divine. Mirroring each other's self-image. Okay, reflection. This spirit is telling me to tell you. I'll just be real talk right here. Okay, this spirit is telling me to tell you that although y'all never took that trip, they still want to go. Okay, and in order to go, maybe you need to go with a friend or whatever the case is. Y'all had this conversation before though. Let me pull these cards real quick. 4 cards. Thank you so much, Divine. Y'all definitely had this conversation about going somewhere. Grandchildren, definitely an ancestor. Miss Robinson. Okay, I told y'all definitely somebody that has passed on. This is the death card, I believe. If it's not the death card, it's the I think it's the death card though. Miss Robinson, this could be one of your neighbors that passed on too, that you had a conversation with. The 5 of coins in reverse with the grandchildren or whatnot. This person could have been a woman that, I don't know if you channeled her grandmother's energy before. Very interesting. This is a spiritual person that I'm channeling. Or somebody that's super spiritual. I'm going to get one more card. Y'all had these conversations before, and that's why they're using me to talk to you or whatever the case is. I guess we're going to look at that. Look at that. Ancestor and the 2 of coins. I'm taking those that way. Ancestor with the 2 of coins. This person died unexpectedly. Some type of freak accident or something probably happened. But they're definitely sending messages like through water, whatnot, or about the water. I'm seeing through water or about the water. They talking about the water being still, and then they also talking about a storm. So this could be somebody that you went through a storm with. I don't know what that message means. Maybe that's something y'all had a message. Y'all talked to them about. Or maybe they had a fear. Okay. They had a fear of being on a boat or some sort. Or they was like, yeah, if something happened, it's going to be because I died on a boat or something like that. But that's not how they passed, though. What's the 2 of coins with ancestors? The 2 of sticks. And this person is at the water again. So you could be a person that constantly goes to the water. And when you go to the water is very still. All of a sudden, you start seeing little ripples inside of the water or whatnot. That's them talking to you. Okay, it's not just the wind that's blowing. It's definitely them talking to them. Talking to you. The 8 of sticks. So the eight of sticks is the eight of wands, right? And this is a very spiritual card. I told y'all I'm gonna teach y'all how to get through these tarot cards, how to read tarot, how to get through these tarot cards. And one thing I know about wands energy is that it's very spiritual. It's super spiritual. Okay. And in this card, usually there's no person. But in this deck, there's a person. There's a person. An ancestor at that too. This person is kind of giving you the message that they're with an ancestor of yours. Y'all might not have been actually related, but they can see they're either with your grandmother or your neighbor or some shit like that. Weird. Not weird, but y'all got it. Y'all got it. They got it. Y'all got it. Okay. Eight of sticks. What's the communication that's being had? The garden. The seeds that you have planted. The seeds that you have planted are getting ready to really blossom and bloom for you. You could be planting seeds around your house or about a house. When I say the seeds that have been planted, you wrote out a petition. You definitely wrote out a petition, or maybe you made a note when this person first passed away, or you wrote a letter of some sort to them. Okay? Thank you so much, Divine. What's the garden? The Son of Knives in reverse, and then the Seven of Coins. Okay, so definitely like something is being planted or whatnot, and then they're giving a message of we had to move you from where you was at. The Son of Knives. Maybe they. I don't want to read too much on that energy because it's the past, and they also telling me not to feed into that energy, or you feed into that energy either with that Son of Knives. Okay, they definitely had to move you away from a tricky ass energy before. What's that Son of Knives? Could be them moving you away from an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Somebody that was very gossipy. The Mother of Coins. Somebody that was very gossipy and kind of using you for money or something like that. Maybe you was living with somebody paying rent, overpaying rent, or I don't know. And these people was acting like you ain't doing shit for them. Okay? So they was like, you know what? I'm gonna move. I'm saying boo, but this could be your ancestor, okay? But I really did. This could be an ancestor, but they like, I'm gonna move my little boo bear away from their asses. They not appreciative enough. And then they driving this motherfucker crazy with the Mother of Coins in reverse. This person is getting driven crazy. So I could see you, being out of whack, unrelaxed, not having what you need, not the herbs, not the animals, not the just, spiritual mindset that you needed. Like, it just feels crowded. So when this person passed away, maybe you didn't have the foundation to do what you needed to do in order to help them ascend spiritually, but you wrote out a petition about space. Okay, you wrote out a petition about space. A said that's confirmation. He said, yep. Okay. What? Is that enough? You want me to get off here? Yeah. Okay. All right, I'm almost done, okay? Okay? I'm almost done. Can I finish up this little bit that I'm doing? No? Okay. Y'all, my cat is telling me that it's time to go. It's time to wrap it up. All right. What was this petition about? What's this? Look at that. The railroad bill, the chariot card, about moving, about space, about you moving. So, yeah, you got on and you released the burden. All right. The 10 of sticks. You released the burden. So definitely some shit. If you haven't wrote out a petition or whatnot, about, you know, moving or getting into your own space, being able to lift the vibration of the spirits that have transitioned before you. If you haven't done that, then go ahead and write it out. Okay, go ahead and write it out. Astrology wise, right? Astrology wise, right now, today, okay, there is from the 29th of what we was just saying, April 29th of April into May 18th, there's a big energy that's happening in the universe that I'm telling y'all, whatever you want, write it out. Don't let it be malicious towards anybody else. Don't say, I need to get away from this motherfucker because this motherfucker crazy. Spirit already confirmed that whatever is on their mind is not the same thing that's on your mind, but you just focus on yourself. You get what I'm saying? You just plant the seeds for yourself. All right? Plant the seeds for yourself. Spirit sees what they're doing. Your ancestors see what they're doing, and it doesn't matter. Plant your garden, okay? And I believe that let's get a time. Oh, you know what? We 99. So by September, you could be in a different space. Okay? September, October. Okay? I see 9-10. I see 9-10. Okay? So I don't know. That could be significant as well too. September the 10th could be significant, or October the 9th. Very interesting. All right. That's it? Okay. That's it. A said that's it. That's it. So I said I still was going to do my meditation. Of course I am. Before I go to sleep, I'm going to do my meditation. This is going to be a long thing I'm about to show y'all. Okay, clear. Thank you so much, Divine. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I talked to y'all for a good minute. I'm going to show y'all how my night ends. It ends like this. Nah, it don't end like that. I'm about to go wash my hands and then I'll be back. I'm going to show y'all part of how my night ends, because I'm going to go wash my hands, grab my mala beads, and do the meditation. You so cute. Not you purring. Oh, you're such a good kitty. So whenever you're doing like spiritual work, not this, not tarot cards, right? But like meditating or chanting, praying, your animals shouldn't be near you. Okay? Your animals shouldn't be near you. They shouldn't be by you. Ace always, whenever I'm like doing my meditations and stuff, Ace, he likes the energy starts coming. You get what I'm saying? Because what we doing, what we essentially is doing is we calling the Divine Mother in, and I hope that she show up. Not I hope, I know she's showing up. And so the animals start gathering. They start gathering around and stuff, and that happens at churches and stuff too. The birds start singing and chirping and coming around and all that stuff. It happens in other religious aspects. They be doing their stuff. The animals is all around. Not me yarning. I don't know if I'm sleepy or tired. Hold on one second, y'all. The kids don't have no school tomorrow. So, oh, you know what? I wanted to, let me pull one more card. One more card, Ace. Okay? Divine, can you give me a card to meditate up on for the collective? What is it that you want the collective to meditate up on? Look at that. Shelter. Infinity. So, guys, we need to meditate up on infinity. Number 34. My hands just started itching. In the battlefield of Karishna, the blowing of the chunk, that's not what that word is. I actually have one. I'm looking at it. It's a shell, okay? In the morning, held the start of warfare, and the blowing at dusk is the close of the day. I can't say this word right now. I don't know why. It's so crazy. I cannot say this word, right? I cannot say this word right now. It is the most ancient wind instrument known to man, considering a very sacred symbol, a conch. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's nighttime and my meditation is already running through my head. Oh, wait.
Conch.
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 Y'all see my big old cat? A conch. The conch is the most ancient wind instrument known to man, considering a very sacred symbol, and it can be traced back as a gift from the great ocean churning. We have already talked about the ocean churning with Lakshmi, Shiva. We talked about K2 and Ra, which is the north and south node. Okay, forget about that. Okay, we don't forget about that. Don't forget about that. The melodious sound of the conch increases positive vibration. The spiral shape represents infinity and symbolizes the human journey through life, birth, and resurrection, signifying the announcement of good over evil. The pearl luster of the conch indicates purity and watery perfection. Let me do you a favor. This card signifies the beginning of existence and the start of a promising period. Positive energy, purity, innocence, and an increase of positive attributes. It could indicate a new spark, a new project, and the development of a new idea or vision. Sowing a seed and accessing new information. Ooh, I think this is what we talked about. Sowing a seed and accessing new information. It could also be protection of life, a change of attitude, musical beginnings, and musical inclinations. Didn't I say let me find out somebody is playing the piano or the drums at church? Developing and interesting in singing and playing an instrument. Joining or conducting a choir or a band and adding mantra chanting to your meditation. All right, Divine. You be on it. Thank you so much for clarifying. For confirming that. Y'all, if y'all play an instrument, keep playing y'all instrument. All right. So we are going to do our mantras and close it up. Let me go wash my hands and get mallow beads. I'll be back. on out that kitchen, Ace. Do, 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 do. Oh, it's cold. Should have probably left that light on so I can show y'all something. I ain't putting the light back on, but it's cold. There's enough candles in here for y'all to see something. Then I'm about to light a candle right here. I mean, not a candle, but all right. So after I finish this, I'm not actually going to bed. I'm going to do my meditation properly. I'm just not going to meditate on live. I hope that y'all really have been enjoying and listening and just kind of, I said we was fasting this week. Not only are we fasting, Ace, you better not get up there. You better not. Not only are we fasting, no beef this week, okay, and then doing our regardless every day, 24 hours every day, doing the mantras for my Durga, and our lessons will continue tomorrow. Okay, we should have a white candle going. I have a white candle going on my altar that I also meditate at as well too. But ghee, all right. Your eyes do not need to be closed. They don't need to be closed. I'm actually going to look that way because I have my yantra that way. So we're doing this. If you go back to lesson number 4, we are doing this in front of our yantra. Okay, the Divine Mother's yantra, which is the Shri yantra. We're doing it in front of her yantra. We're burning our candle, and we're doing our meditation, and at least 108 times, at least. Okay. DUM Durgaye Namaha. 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 Namaste, Namaste, Namo Namaha. Namaste, Namaste, Namo Namaha. Namaste, Namaste, Namo Namaha. Jama Durga, Jama Kali, Bhata Sri Sai, may peace be with all. All right. That's it. All right, y'all. I'm going to go finish up my meditation and go to sleep. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. I probably won't see y'all in the morning time. Probably won't come on here in the morning time, but I'll see you guys either tomorrow night. I'm going to put the lesson up for my Durga. So, yeah. Something. I'm going to go meditate. So, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you guys. And y'all have a wonderful night's sleep. I'll catch you guys in the stars. Peace. See y'all later.